The following is a live sports presentation on Glycon.
Glycon's coverage of Central Kentucky high school football starts now.
Crunch time raining down on the high school football season here in the Commonwealth of Kentucky as we wind down the regular season. This means tonight's game here in Central Kentucky is one of critical importance for two squads searching for their first district win here in 2025. We welcome you to Martha Lane Collins High School as we have the Anderson County Bearcats taking on the Collins Titans here this evening for some Friday night football here in Central Kentucky. We're glad you're along with us here on Glycon alongside Joey Hamilton. I'm Wes Chandler. And Joey, this is a team that this game very critical for both sides, and I think you're going to see that kind of play out over the course of this game here tonight.
Well, it looks like we've got an early season playoff matchup here. It's October 17th. The playoffs don't start till November, but this is a playoff matchup. The loser of this game probably will be done at game 10.
Yeah, top four advance to the playoffs in each district. Both of these teams 0-2 in district play, so obviously you still have some games left to be played, but a huge stepping stone in the right directions. For Collins, everything really starts with their quarterback, Cade Gooden, which makes the Anderson County defense, it makes it a challenge trying to defend him.
Challenge for everyone, not just Anderson County, but this week being Anderson County, you know, the superlatives or adjectives I use to describe this young man is dynamic, electric, special, fleet of foot. He's the straw that stirs the drink, you know. This kid, he's everything for them. Him not being there the previous 2 weeks before Woodford, the offense was cut in half. They couldn't score. They lost those games. Last week, he didn't get a full week of practice in. You could tell he was off just a little bit. They still put up a 24-14 halftime lead. This week with a full week of practice, I expect to see great things out of him.
And there's no doubt about it. He makes such a valuable impact into a game. And those couple of games where they missed him because of that lower extremity injury with the foot and ankle, certainly taking a step back as far as their production. So now it's great to have him back. On the other side for Anderson County, they're trying to get their offense going after back-to-back games where the offense kind of been shut down a little bit. For the Bearcats, they want to have something go positive for them on offense.
You know, yes, they had two wins in a row in early September, you know, after a loss at Danville. And now here the last week of September, the first week of October, they've yet to put up a point. They've you know, the offense has been shut out, 2 consecutive losses. This game here, like I said, it means everything to them, and they're just trying to find their way. You know, they go as number 12 goes Hudson DeGarmo.
Yeah,
he's the one that kind of carries them. As we talked about earlier, you and I, he was one of the top 5 rushers in the state in 5A, and then they came back and they had to play a very strong South Oldham team, and they played Scott County, you know, 2 district games where they were shut out, and his production levels went down a little.
Well, as we approach now mid-October, it is a gorgeous evening for some high school football here in Central Kentucky. Tonight's weather forecast is presented by Suntime Pools and Spas. Good people to know if you have a pool. Right now here in Shelbyville, it sits at 66 degrees, wind gust up to 8 miles per hour. And as we go along here in the second half, could get in the low 60s, so you might want to bring out a nice little jacket there. It could get cool for some folks, but a great day and evening now for some high school football. When we come back here on Glycon, we will chat with Anderson County head coach David Buchanan when we return. More pregame coverage is coming your way next.
Leaves and other dirt and grime are no match against the experts at Suntime Pools, your BioGuard dealer. Weekly service, computerized water testing, or just need advice. Our reputation has made us the company of choice for all your pool needs. Visit us today for a full line of BioGuard swimming pool products. Suntime Pools.
Hey, who turned out the lights? Hello?
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. with health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training. The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself. This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. Get started by finding the program that works for you at bluegrass.kctcs.edu. Bluegrass Community and Technical College. College for your world.
Anderson County head coach David Buchanan joins us pregame. And Coach, you're coming off a bye week. What did you focus on as a team in your week off?
Just across the board improvement. We hit all 3 phases: offense, defense, special teams. We worked team type stuff. We did a lot of individual work. We had some schematic things that we wanted to work as well. So we really tried to hit a lot of different areas. And, I thought it was pretty productive. I thought that, we made the most of those 3 days. And I was pleased with, what we were able to get accomplished.
Now, you've had some really stiff competition the last 2 games, but what do you want to see from your offense to get that going again?
We've got to execute, and we've got to be consistent. We're just, that's getting us right now. And the other factor of it is too, we've played some really good defenses, so that sort of exposes your mistakes at a whole other level. If you don't play as good an opponent and you make a mistake, sometimes everybody, they don't even notice it, because it sort of disappears pretty quickly. But, right now, we're making too many mistakes against really good defenses, and we don't have much of a margin of error. We just don't, and that's the reality of it. We've got to get better. We've got to be more consistent, and we've got to execute better.
It's your first year as a starter for Henry Cooper. How have you seen the progression of your quarterback as the year has gone along?
I think he's done a nice job. He's dramatically improved in the passing game. His decision-making's getting better. And, it's been tough. He's got 7 varsity starts under his belt as a sophomore. He's got 2 against, 2 5A really good football teams in Scott County and South Oldham. And, it's been a big test for him, but I think he's done a good job. He continues to improve, and, it's going to pay off for him down the road. I know sometimes it doesn't seem like it, but it really is, and it's going to be good. And I feel like every week, that should be the best team we've ever put on the field, and I think that's going to hold true for Henry. And I think the game's going to slow down for him quite a bit going forward.
And speaking of quarterbacks, Collins has a really talented one in Kate Gooden. How does your defense formulate a game plan to try to contain Collins this week?
Hey, it's going to be tough. We've got to be sound in coverage, but then when he tucks the ball, we've got to get to the football and tackle him. And that's easier said than done. He really does. He's a great pass and run threat. He's an excellent football player, and it's a big challenge, but it's got to start off with us being sound defensively, and then we got to get 11 hats to the football, whether it's run or pass.
All right, David, as always, appreciate the time and best of luck tonight.
Hey, I appreciate you covering the Bearcats, and I get a lot of compliments on your all's coverage. So, hey, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Okay.
I appreciate it, David. That's
Hey,
Anderson
thanks,
County
Wes.
head coach David Buchanan. More pregame coverage on Glycon when we return. Welcome back to Collins High School here in Shelbyville, Kentucky for some Central Kentucky high school football. It's the Collins Titans and the Anderson County Bearcats here tonight alongside Joey Hamilton. I'm Wes Chandler. Time now for tonight's Keys to the Game. They are presented by Martin's Peterbilt of Central Kentucky. They strive to keep your trucks moving through outstanding parts, availability, and unmatched service. Joey, we begin with Anderson County. What do you got for the Bearcats?
Well, the Bearcats, first of all, they got to find some offensive continuity. Really, they need to find continuity offensively, defensively, overall, but really offensively to put something on the board. The last 2 weeks, they've put up zeros on the board, so they got to find some offensive continuity. Second, they've got to stop the big play offense of Collins. They've got to stop the quarterback. They've got to stop him from throwing deep passes. They got to stop him from running. They've got weapons all over the field. They've got to stop the big play offense of Collins. And last of all, they must limit turnovers. They can't just turn the ball over and give the ball right back to that explosive offense. Just try not to have any turnovers at all and do what they can do tonight to try to come away with the victory.
And on the other side for Collins, their keys.
Collins, first of all, they need to get 48 minutes of playing. And last week they played a half. They played 24 minutes. They were up 24-14. Second half, they came out. They just had a lot of penalties. And they were still in the game, but they need to play 48 minutes of football. Second of all, they just need to let Gooden cook. You know, let Cade Gooden do what he does. And if he needs to run it, run it. If he needs to throw it. Hey, if he needs to give water to everybody, let him do that too. Let Gooden cook. And then, third of all, they need to win the kicking game. And with Gage Miller, number 19, they will win the kicking game. If they're inside the 30, it's almost an automatic 3 points for them. He kicks almost every ball back to the end zone on kickoffs for touchbacks. That is a weapon. They must win that kicking game, and that would be I guess, the strategy for Collins tonight to win the game.
What a huge weapon Gage Miller is, though. That's awesome. This broadcast is authorized by Collins High School with production rights owned by Glycod. We aim to provide the most positive representation for all participating student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. Thank you for watching. More pregame coverage will return. We'll come back after we return. Joey will talk with Collins head coach Jerry Lucas when we return after this.
Need a tow? Martin's Peterbilt Towing Service is here 24/7. Based in London and Pikeville, we will travel to you. Commercial trucks and trailers, no job too big. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
This is Woody with Simpsonville Automotive. Hope you're enjoying the game. We're leaders in customer care because we're always on. Free air out front, 24/7. Our gift to the town, it's always on. 6 loaner cars ready for pickup or delivery anytime. After hours, use our drop box or secure pickup boxes anytime. My team gets it done. Simpsonville Automotive, we are leaders in customer care.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
For your home and your range, Bad Boy Mowers will tame any terrain with advanced engineering and American-made steel. Home on the range. Bad Boy, mow with an attitude.
For over 25 years, Century Bank has been serving Lawrenceburg by being uniquely local. A locally friendly and locally decisive financial institution. They're staffed by banking professionals who know and understand your financial needs. Visit their office in downtown Lawrenceburg with drive-through open Saturday mornings. Bank online at centurybankky.com or download the Century Bank app. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Are you looking for a realtor to help you buy or sell your property? Then look no further than John Reynolds with Exit Realty Crutcher. John has helped hundreds achieve their goals through buying and selling real estate. Whether you're buying your first home, upgrading to a larger home, or downsizing as an empty nester, John will work with you to help you get where you want to go. For a realtor that has supported the community for over 20 years and who has creative ideas, consistent communication, and dependable results, call John Reynolds with Exit Realty Crutcher at 502-598-8378.
For over a decade, we've invested in the lives of our community.
And like most around here, we love our local sports.
We've always supported our student athletes in both the classroom and on the field.
And we're always glad to see them come back home.
At Anderson Apothecary, we're all about community, and we're proud to say it. Welcome home, girls. We sure are proud of you.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
At Shelby County High School, Collins head coach Jerry Lucas in his 16th year, the only coach Collins ever had. Coach, last week, tough loss, got your quarterback back. Did he get a full weekend this week? I felt he didn't, as watching, I felt he didn't get a full weekend. Did he get a full weekend last week?
He did not. He did not get a full weekend last week, but he did this week.
and I think he's made great strides. You know, he's a phenomenal young man, a great football player, but you can't sit out for a month and then come back. And, you know, we talked about those things. We talked about the fact that it's going to take some time. So this week was the first week he's been able to get a full week of practice in. And, you know, I think it's going to pay off for us. We're excited about it. We're starting to get healthy. You know, at this time of year, that's the key, is you want to get healthy as you start approaching the playoffs.
You know, I see Jason Hintz. I see Davion Dale. Of course, his go-to guy. We'll just call him number 17. I won't even throw his name. I won't throw his name out there. I know, yeah. But
he's special.
He's getting those. He's got those kids. He's got those kids surrounding him. What do you look for tonight?
Well, you know, the key is for us is we got to make sure that everybody gets touches. I mean, that's when we're at our best. And you know, you start the season off and you're getting there and everything looks great, then you have an injury, you know. And so I thought Javon Hunter came in and did a fantastic job for us at quarterback the 3 weeks that he had to play. But, you know, that was a tough situation for him, but he came in and handled it fantastic. He'll be able to move back now to the running back spot and to play some on defense, and that's a big deal for us also. You know, you don't understand sometimes the ripple effect when one kid, you know, in high school football goes down. But we're excited about the fact that we've got them all back now. We've got to get everything back clicking the way it was before, and even better going into the playoffs. And the key for us, like we were talking about, is just get everybody the ball in space. That's us on offense.
Well, defensively, Coach, you've got your England boys. You've got Estrada. You've got, of course, Dale at a corner. Those guys, they've been pretty good so far this year. You know, Estrada's one of the leading tacklers in 5A. What's the talk about on them?
Well, you know, we have we only have one senior on offense. Logan Hulsman is the only senior that plays on offense. He's special. But defensively, we've got six seniors on defense, and you start with Isaac Estrada, fantastic football player. He's all over the place. And you got Jaden Martin and Clay England that have made a lot of tackles for us, and our defensive line has played well. So the key for us is just to put it all together, make sure. And you got Davy Dale, and you got Jari Hardy, and there's just a lot of kids out there that can make plays for us. You know, we just need to put it all together.
So, seeing Anderson County on film, what do you tell you guys?
Well, number one, you got to stop the run. I mean, Coach Buchanan, excuse me, he's going to formation you to death. He always had. We talked about, when he got here tonight, we talked about the 2017 game when he was at Mercer County and we were here. He hasn't changed. You know, the guy knows a ton of football. He does a fantastic job of coaching his kids. They're going to be well schooled in everything that they do. And you're going to have to be sound to be able to stop them. You know, I watch them against some of the best teams in the state, and, you know, he moves the ball. He does things well. He plays really sound defense. You're going to have to be good. You know, coming in, this is a well-coached football team.
Coach, sounds like you got a tough task ahead of you tonight. I wish you good luck. It's always a pleasure talking to you, Coach. That is Coach Jerry Lucas Collins. He is the Collins High School coach. He's been the only one they've had here for 16 years. Good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you, sir.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
We're here to hear what's on your mind. Take this time to talk and get it right. You know I'll be there all your life. When you need me, I'll be by your side.
Little everyday conversations about the dangers of underage drinking can make a big difference in a child's life. Talk, they hear you.
This is Woody with Simpsonville Automotive. Hope you're enjoying the game. We're leaders in customer care because we're always on. Free air out front 24/7. Our gift to the town. It's always on. 6 loaner cars ready for pickup or delivery anytime. After hours, use our drop box or secure pickup boxes anytime. My team gets it done. Simpsonville Automotive. We are leaders in customer care.
For over a decade, we've invested in the lives of our community.
And like most around here, we love our local sports.
We've always supported our student athletes in both the classroom and on the field.
And we're always glad to see them come back home.
At Anderson Apothecary, we're all about community, and we're proud to say it. Welcome home, girls. We sure are proud of you.
For over 25 years, Century Bank has been serving Lawrenceburg by being uniquely local. A locally friendly and locally decisive financial institution. They're staffed by banking professionals who know and understand your financial needs. Visit their office in downtown Lawrenceburg with drive-through open Saturday mornings. Bank online at centurybankky.com or download the Century Bank app. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
As we get closer to kickoff here tonight, tonight's game plan is built by Elite Building Products in Nicholasville. The right decision for your home. Turn over to Joey Hamilton for the game plan for Anderson County.
Anderson, excuse me, if I could speak here. Anderson County, they just have one thing in mind: run the ball. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. They don't pass very well. They don't pass very often. They want to run the ball. Defensive-wise, stop the offense. Stop Gooden, stop the offense. But they want on offense, they just want to run the ball. No turnovers, run the ball.
And it's the opposite for Collins.
For Collins, let Gooden cook. That's it. Just let Cade do what Cade does. Let Cade find his receivers. Let Cade, let that big offensive line protect him. Let Gooden cook. And defensive-wise, let Estrada and the boys just make plays. That's it.
Yeah,
pretty simple game plan, and that's what it is. You got Gooden, got offers from EKU, Marshall, Bowling Green, Southern Miss. Let him make plays. That's it.
Yeah, Isaac Estrada and Cade Gooden, guys that you want to touch on a little bit as we get ready to closer to kickoff. Estrada, one of the top tacklers in the Class 5A, and then Cade Gooden, we know all about his offensive potential as well. Well, we're going to take our final timeout here, and when we come back, we will have the kickoff between Anderson County and Collins coming up after this on Glycod. We are ready for kickoff here in Central Kentucky. It'll be Anderson County kicking to the Collins Titans here as we begin this one. Alongside Joey Hamilton, I'm Wes Chandler. Thanks for settling in with us. What should be a fun Friday night in Central Kentucky. We're glad you're along with us here for the ride. Taking the opening kickoff will be Collins, and it'll be fielded at the 10-yard line, going up to the 20, up to the 25, 30, 40, up to midfield goes Collins, and it's Avion Delaney with a big return as he starts this game off strong for the Titans.
That's just who you didn't want to get the ball for Anderson County. You didn't want number 17, Avy, as they call him, Avion Delaney, to get the ball, and he, with a nice return, takes it up the left side and gets across midfield.
Over 40 yards on that return by Delaney, and there were a lot of room for him to run. Now the Collins Titans, an electric offense, goes to work, averaging 31 points per game for their veteran experienced quarterback, Cade Gooden, 6'3", 190 junior. First down and 10 for the Titans. First offensive play. Time to throw for Collins. He's dangerous on his feet, too. And this time he will go up and get good positive yardage on first down. You talk about his ability to pass the ball, but he can also hurt you on the ground, too.
He scans the field very well right there, and it was a great defensive coverage by Anderson County right there. He sees nothing there open. He just kind of glides through the middle, gets about 8 yards right there, steps out of bounds. Makes it very second and manageable there for Collins Titans.
It'll be second down and 2. Coming into this game, Gooden had 2,400 yards rushing. That's in addition to his 5,400 yards passing. Gooden on second down and 2. Time to throw. Looking over to the far side for Gooden. Now he flushed from the pocket. He will run it once again, have the first down, and just easily meander his way to the 30-yard line. Another solid pickup for Cade Gooden. If they're going to do that, Cade Gooden's just going to take those 8 to 10 yards all the time.
Yeah, Dave Buchanan's got his back 8 or back 7 doing an excellent job early here in the game, and there's nothing open, so Cade Gooden just does the second best thing. He just kind of glides through because there's no spy or anyone watching him. So he glides through, gets a first down for the Titans, and like you said, if they're not going to do anything, he'll be doing that all evening.
Back-to-back 8-yard gains for Gooden coming into this game. He had 439 yards rushing on the season. 2 backs to each side of Gooden. They'll hand it off to Jaden Martin, the running back for the Titans. Martin, handful of carries on the year. That was his 9th game this year and 27th attempt on the ground for Martin. A short pickup there.
Yeah, Martin's primarily a blocking back there for Gooden. Last week, mostly he would line up right behind the guard, and Gooden would just do a quarterback draw right in front of him.
Empty backfield for Gooden. They'll send a man in motion. That's Delaney now to the left. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the near side. Gooden slant over the middle. Caught complete to Jason Hintz. He's one of their top targets. And Hintz goes inside the 15, and he'll be down at the 12-yard line. 16-yard pickup.
Easy pitch and catch right there. That's like you're doing 7-on-7 on air. He just kind of dropped back. Hintz, 6, 7, 8 yards, catches it, turns around. First down.
34th reception of the season for Hintz. 529 yards receiving this season. Gooden out of the shotgun. Gooden flush from the pocket, rolls out, throws to the end zone, and just a little bit too out in front of his intended receiver in Logan Helsman.
Yeah, Logan is big-time receiver for him. Makes the tough catches across the middle there. Little cross trap action right there. He kind of rolls to the right, finds no one, and just overthrows his receiver, just Logan Husman, just by a little bit. They're quick on the ball there. A lot of times you'll see them jump right back on the ball after a big-time play right there, and they're going no huddle again.
Again, same formation on second down and 10. They can get a first down, but it'd be almost inside the 1. Gooden, 3-step drop, complete to Hintz, and then he dropped it. They were trying for that little setup to the screen on the far side, or the near side, and Hintz just dropped it.
Quick screen right there. Delaney in motion right there to be a lead blocker right there. Just kind of fakes it to the back, throws a quick screen to the left, but Hintz can't hold on to it. Receiver coach got to definitely be disappointed about that.
Now all of a sudden it's third down.
Hit you in the hands, got to catch it.
See what they go to here. Gooden rolls out from the pocket. There's a lot of real estate that way. He throws across, and it's almost intercepted right into the breadbasket of Anderson County's Grayson Alzabrook, and he dropped it, but he gets the pass breakup. But you know he's wanting an interception on his mind right now.
Oh, definitely. You get an interception, you have possibly a pick 6 right there. No telling what could happen, but to the big thing of that, you're changing the duration of what's going on here. Instead, you've got Gage Miller coming out here inside the 30. He's almost been automatic. Gage, one of the top kickers here in 5A right now.
This will be a 29-yard field goal. Miller on the year, 3 of 4 in field goals here on the season. Snap a little high, kick underway, and it's got plenty of leg and the accuracy to boot. So Collins moving the ball down the field efficiently on their first drive, but it's Anderson County's defense that does not break, and I think the Bearcats will take that.
They'll take that all night, but if you notice what happened on that, it's Gooden would run it. He gained all the yards running, and then passing-wise, they gained nothing. So maybe they need to run it a little more in that. Send everyone out, send them to the back of the end zone, and just let Gooden cook. Let him run.
Well, part of what you said in the pregame was if it is a field position game, then the advantage goes to Collins. When you have that weapon like Gage Miller and has one of the strongest legs in 5A and in the state of Kentucky as well, that's such a huge weapon.
You can see him pregame and at halftime kicking 40, 45-yarders easily with 5-10 yards to spare right there. As far as PATs, he's number 7 in 5A, and as far as field goals, he's number 6. So he's definitely a weapon, and you want to get inside the 30, and that's what the Collins Titans did.
Especially after that big return by Delaney that set them up inside Anderson County territory.
That is not who you want to kick it to.
That is not.
Anderson County.
I think Collins may be a little frustrated as they go back to their sideline, but they will take a 3-0 lead. Little squib kick here, and it will bounce, and it was be recovered by Collins. No Bearcat was in the area code.
Coach trying to go for the jugular here. Just a little squib / onsider right there. A little more than 10 yards, but
yeah.
But the Anderson County Bearcats not on their toes waiting for that. And next thing you know, I think that was number 11, Isaac Estrada got that ball? I'm not for sure. Or was that Delaney? I could not see, but
it bounced up.
Delaney.
That
looks
was
like
great.
Delaney. Delaney with the quick hands, quick feet. Get that ball, and next thing you know, Cade Gooden has the ball again.
And another great field position for the Titans. It'll be at the Anderson County 38-yard line.
Couldn't have drawn up any better. First two times they get the ball here for the Titans.
Collins looking to add to a 3-0 lead. They'll send Delaney in motion. Gooden gets a shotgun snap. On the ground they go. Big hole for Jaden Martin, and he goes inside the 25-yard line. Down at the 24, 14-yard pickup for Jaden Martin.
Martin with a nice run up the middle right there, and it's not good for you if you're Anderson County and your defensive lineman, number 49, Marshall Sims, is making tackles 14 yards down the field.
And really the first guy to touch him.
Yes, true. And Martin's showing his elusiveness right there and his diversity right there. He's a great blocker, and he can run the ball as well.
Gooden once again will hand it off, this time in a fake. Gooden keeps, and he maneuvers his way inside the red zone. Down inside the 15 goes Cade Gooden. He's down at the 14, another 10-yard pickup, and another first down for the Collins quarterback.
Little RPO action right there. Just fakes it to Martin, carries it out. Martin makes a nice block. He sees Cade Gooden sees there's no giving it to him. He keeps it himself and gets a first down. Nice tackle there by number 7, Braxton Mackey of Anderson County.
There's no doubt that this Collins team is a quarterback-driven offense, and Gooden, once again, this time he'll pitch it on the ground to the left side to a running back coming over to the near sideline. That's Caleb Askew, 5'10 junior, and he will get some positive yards there, but not a lot. There are a lot of east-west running that time.
Well, and we talked about this last week when I was watching. He's so deep in the backfield. He's almost 10, 12 yards back there, and almost any defense, you're giving up 7-8 yards before you even get back to the line of scrimmage, and the defense giving them opportunity.
Askew will go in motion. It's now 4 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Cade Gooden as the flag flies here on 2nd down and 9.
They're going to be a legal motion of shooting himself in the foot. That's what Coach said he did not want to do. Last week they had some opportunities against Woodford as they had the lead 24-14, came out second half and had some opportunities to make some strong second half plays with their offense, but they were just holding, illegal motion, just shooting themselves in the foot. And Coach said he wanted to try to alleviate those penalties this week.
This is an offense last week in their loss to Woodford County that tallied 357 yards of total offense. They'll set up the screen for Delaney, and Delaney will be tackled at the 10. Nice hard, good tackle, closing tackle by Hudson DeGarmo. He plays on both sides of the ball, but Delaney gets the reception. Down to the 10 goes A.V. Delaney.
Yeah, DeGarmo is their stud right there. He's got 56 tackles on the year. And on the bubble screen right there, just coming back underneath, Delaney catching it right there, had a little room, but you got to make one miss if you're a good back, but Hudson DeGarmo says no, sir.
6-yard pickup for Delaney. Now Gooden on third down will go to the ground and wrapped up. And Anderson County's defense, once again, it's like they almost want to get in the red zone, that they're holding Collins down. We'll see if Gage Miller enters the field.
Yeah, Grayson Albrook right there, and a nice strong tackle right there. And number 0, Jaden Martin. And fourth down, looks like they're going for it here. They want points. They want more than 3 this time. And they can still get the first down here.
Be fourth down and 4 from the 7-yard line. Collins will send 2 receivers each way.
I'm looking for Gooden to run this one.
Gooden acts like he's going to run. Chased by Alsbrook, running out of real estate. Gooden airs it out into the pylon, and it's caught for a touchdown.
Nice play right there. I thought he had a little room to run, but he made the safe play right there with a nice throw. Hit Jackson McIntyre right there, number 7. Nice throw right there by the quarterback, rolling to the right. CIX for some, SIX for others. Either way, it's 6 points.
Jackson McIntyre's first touchdown reception of the season for the 5'8 junior. And Collins gambling for it on fourth down, and it pays off.
Big fourth down play right there. That would have been a will of a stop right there by Anderson County if they could have did that. And was there? Anderson County has the ball right here. Was there?
So Anderson County.
Did he? Oh, he incomplete pass. Incomplete pass. He must
they
have
rule it
stepped out of
incomplete?
bounds.
Okay.
So rule it. He's out of bounds right there because Anderson County has the ball right here. First down. They're trying to run it, and that defense comes up with a heck of a play right there.
Fooled me. I was already getting ready to write the touchdown on the board. So McIntyre must have dropped it.
Dropped it, or he stepped out of bounds. Threw him out of bounds there, but nice strong tackle right there by Jaden Martin, number 0. Just strong play right there. Just fills the seam, and they lose a couple.
So now to be second down and 15 after the toss. Henry Cooper, the quarterback for Anderson County, 358 yards through the air. This is much more of a ground and pound type offense, and you're seeing it right there. Look at that offensive line push forward for positive yardage. They'll get the original loss back and then some and bring up third down a little bit more manageable.
And that's what they want to do all night. They want to just hand that ball off and run it, hand that ball off and run it, hand that ball off and run it. You know, that toss sweep was a little something that they don't do as well, but they do more of that veer, or what would you call it, veer or fullback dive type action, just right up there, right up the gut. That's more their bread and butter.
Hudson DeGarmo, their leading rusher on the year, over 600 yards rushing, 9 touchdowns. It's a rushing team that averages about 164 yards per game via the ground.
And you can see what they did on that last play after a run like that.
See if they go to it here. They will on third down and 3. DeGarmo breaks loose and dives forward for a first down. You're seeing why Hudson DeGarmo is electric.
Nice jump cut right there. You got a little power out right there, and hand it to DeGarmo back deep. A little pressure comes to him. Nice jump cut to the left, and then he bursts up and gets the first down. He's got good feet right there, good feet action.
Eli McCann will check in as a wide receiver now. McCann with a catch on the year. Use him a lot as a blocking receiver. Anderson County, after starting inside their own 5-yard line, trying to move the ball. Donovan Follis in as a near side receiver. They'll have 2 lined up to this near side for us, 1 to the far side. Henry Cooper out of a shotgun formation. High snap. They'll go to DeGarmo. He can pass, and he will that time, and the pass is hauled in by Tyler Slusher, the sophomore, hauling it in.
Will they say that's complete? Did he catch it? And they say it is a completion. All right. A little halfback pass action right there. A little pro set out of the shotgun, a little sweep right, and then DeGarmo just kind of throws and hits Slusher.
DeGarmo has attempted 6 passes on the year prior to that one right there, and he also spent a little bit of time last year as a acting quarterback.
Yeah, I think when the previous quarterback he got injured a little bit. DeGarmo had to do it all.
Grayson Alsabrook anchoring one of the tackle positions on the offensive line. They'll give it back to DeGarmo, and he weaves his way up just shy of the 30 to the 29, 2-yard pickup for the Bearcats' leading rusher, who is averaging almost 89 yards per game on the ground.
A little trap action right there. Fullback goes right. DeGarmo goes left right there and just finds his way to make it 3rd and 1. And this is more what of Anderson County. This is more of what we'll see of them all night. This is what they do. They'll run the ball, and try to make plays right there. And you see the linebackers right there trying to shoot up, but not until after DeGarmo makes it 3rd and very short.
3rd down and 1. Anderson County trying to maneuver their way inside Collins territory. 3-0 Bearcats after the Anderson County defense held. There's room for DeGarmo. He'll get the 1st down and lower the shoulder and get brought down at the 36. 6-yard pickup for DeGarmo. A heavy dose of number 12 in white.
Yeah, you could see right there in that last play, the whole defense, Jaden Martin, Clay England, all of them, the whole defense, all the linebackers, they're lined up on their right. And then all of a sudden, the running back goes to his right, where they aren't right there, and gains enough for the 1st down right there. They were loaded up heavy on their right side, which would have been AC's left side, and they just give it to the back and just let him do what he does.
Anderson County, a team, 20 points per game is what they're averaging here in 2025, coming off back-to-back games where they could not put any points on the board. So it's a motivated offense to try to get some points on the board, and this will not help. A procedure penalty, a false start on the Bearcats will back them up 5.
Yeah, it's big number 77 right there, just moving a little quick right there. That's Logan Rayleigh. Just moves a little bit, makes it. And this is what Coach Dave Buchanan does not want right there. You have a nice drive going right there, and then a little hiccup right there, which instead of 3 and 3, make 1st down on the 4th one, puts you at 15.
1st and 15 now, but no problem for DeGarmo. He'll try to break the edge, and Hudson DeGarmo will, and go inside Collins territory. 1st and 15 doesn't matter for Hudson DeGarmo as he racks up big yardage and going inside the Titans territory.
Yeah, DeGarmo right there just on a little counter trap action, but instead he just bounced outside, used some good blocking from his wide out, and next thing you know, shows a little speed there too, and gets across the midfield. Nice run, Hudson DeGarmo.
21 yards for Hudson DeGarmo. He's coming back after the last couple of games. Teams have kind of held him in check. 14 carries for 40 yards in the loss 2 weeks ago against Scott County. Anderson County team had their bye week a week ago, and David Buchanan told me that they feel like they really won the bye week because you can win or lose a bye week depending on how you go about it preparation-wise. 1st and 10 now, room for DeGarmo. DeGarmo once again as he lowers the shoulder, and Hudson DeGarmo getting a heavy dose. That's not DeGarmo, it's actually Eli McCann getting the carry that time.
McCann comes in one play for DeGarmo right there, and they're right back on the ball here. No play, getting right back on it.
McCann is the 2nd leading rusher on the year. They'll go back to the ground game this time, and not much there. I think Anderson County's just trying to up the tempo a little bit to get Collins all on their heels.
Yeah, DeGarmo comes back in on that play right there. And previous, Noah Wade made three of the 4 tackles. Here we go. And a little bootleg.
Cooper will keep. He wants to try to break the outside. Stiff arms a man. 20. Lower the shoulder at the 15. Henry Cooper lowering the hit. And now he is down inside the 10-yard line. That last hit may have taken something out of him.
Looks like he's holding his wrist right there. That was a nice run right there, though. Get a little Joe Flacco action if anybody watched the game last night. The quarterback taking it when no one else is expecting him to get it.
Now there's another offensive lineman down on the play for Anderson County. We'll step aside, take a look at the injured Bearcats players. It's 3-0 Collins on Glycod.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Couple of injuries to assess for the Bearcats of Anderson County. Looking at the quarterback, Henry Cooper, who just had a big run of over 20 yards there on that last play. And then also taking a look at one of his offensive linemen, and Robert Lester, a 5'8" sophomore, who's down on his back. They're checking the left foot ankle of Lester. Cooper is up and walking over to the sideline now.
Cooper with a nice run last play as the Anderson County offense is kind of doing a hurry-up offense. You know, they're rushing. They get up on the ball, power hour, get up on the ball, power hour right there. And as they did it 3 consecutive plays right there, the defense is thinking, okay, here they come again. And a nice bootleg right there by him where he can gain 20 to 25 yards there. But it looks like they've got another quarterback back there. Is that DeGarmo?
Yeah.
Looks like DeGarmo's going to be a quarterback now. And I'm not quite sure. Henry Cooper, he was holding his wrist. So as he came out that tackle, it looks like DeGarmo's going to go in at quarterback. And we'll see who goes in at tailback.
DeGarmo has the second most pass attempts on the year. Also, Clay Smith has attempted 1 pass on the year as well in 7 games.
Could be Braxton Mackey. Number 7 could be. I'm not quite sure who they're going to put in there. It looks like number 11 also possibly. Eli McCann.
So DeGarmo will take the snap at quarterback. McCann will be the featured back. They'll also bring on Wyatt Schaus as kind of a fullback.
May go with that power eye right there, just depending on Coach used so many different sets.
Clay Beasley in as a receiver. They break the huddle and try to go up tempo. DeGarmo under center, and a flag flies. And
delay of game.
Not what you want after the 2 injuries.
Well, you just don't know when they're going to start. And, you know, when you come off an injury right there, you've just got to be ready and prepared to call that play and get up to the line and get off as quick as you can. And it looks like they were trying to find out who's going to play what, who's going to play running back, who's going to move to this position, who's going to move to that position. And it looks like DeGarmo has to come over and get the play from the coach, you know, where they may have had a system where with Henry Cooper where they could signal those in or something. But here we go. Try to get it back going again. 1st and 15. Last 1st and 15, DeGarmo broke one off for about 20 yards.
Jaden Hicks in replacing Lester.
Fumble.
Ball's on the ground, and it is recovered by Collins. Little miscommunication between the exchange there. You're seeing DeGarmo in a little bit of a newer position, just unable to put it into the breadbasket of his new running back.
Looked like he short-armed it a little bit to Eli McCann right there, and Jaden Martin, number 0 linebacker, Johnny on the spot right there. But that just hurts. That's a killer right there. It's a momentum killer right there. You know, it looked like the back did not have his as I say, being a running back as well, didn't have his breadbasket open. Didn't have that right arm up. Looked like his arm was down, and DeGarmo puts it in there and just fumble. You know, so looks. What do we have going here?
After the play, there was a penalty on Collins, so they'll back him up right around the 10-yard line.
After a really, really nice drive there by Anderson County, it's a shame they fumbled that right there as they're in the red zone.
Yeah, missed opportunity for the Bearcats, and when coming off back-to-back games where you're trying to get some points on the board, that's not what you want. They will have the pass completion here on 1st down. Jason Hintz coming off with another big reception.
That's a deep seam route right there. The quarterback just drops back. Hintz just runs down the field, and DeGarmo is playing safety right there, and you got number 3 also out there, Clay Beasley. They just give him too much room.
Hence 4 receptions for 96 yards last week in the loss to Woodford County. And Hence already with a couple here tonight as well. Big pickup there. And Collins up to a 3-0 lead, trying to add to it in the final 90 seconds of the first quarter. Gooden flush from the pocket by Alzabrook. Gooden throws on the run. Well, got a man open inside the 30 and completed. Avion Delaney cuts back upfield. Delaney brought down inside the 10-yard line. Another bomb delivered by Gooden.
And that's just so hard as a defensive back to cover that long. The quarterback just drops back, eludes the pressure, has 3-4 defenders come at him, and as a defensive back, 6-7 seconds, you can't guard that long, and you've got an explosive guy like Avion Delaney.
63 yards for Delaney. He threw that ball over 40 yards on the run.
Easy pickings right there, and could have threw it another 10 more if he needed to.
Shows the strength of Cade Good. Now they're first and goal inside the 10. Handoff goes to Martin as he tries to get toward the pylon or toward the end zone. And it'll be stopped about a couple of yards shy. It'll be a 7-yard pickup as we're now under a minute left in the first.
I feel like we've been here before. It's almost like same as it ever was that Anderson County never got that ball, never made the turnover, and here we are, Collins right back inside the red zone, inside the 5.
31 seconds left, and Anderson County will call a timeout. David Buchanan wants to talk over things here. It's 3-0 Collins, but looking to add to it. We'll take a break after this on Glide.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our ride, our rules. Let's ride.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
31 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. It is 3-0 Collins looking to add to their lead. They're at the 1-yard line on second down and goal now for the Titans alongside Joey Hamilton. I'm Wes Chandler. And I think this was a well-called timeout for Anderson County. They've been right there, but they've kind of had some self-inflicted wounds here in this first quarter.
This first quarter, if things couldn't have been any better for them except for a missed opportunity on the interception. So they get 3 points. You don't give the touchdown away. Then on fourth down, you stop this Collins offense. But it's like it never happened. So Collins is right back here again. And Collins run the ball now, so they're doing what they need to do best.
They will run the ball into the end zone. Cade Gooden runs it in from 1 yard out as he goes for his 40th rushing touchdown in his career.
And that's what I was talking about. You know, they got the ball back down here. Last time they were down here, they passed it. This time, give it to Martin. Cade Gooden, touchdown. I think Coach said we're just going to keep it on the ground this time. We're not going to throw it, and good things will happen for him.
And just when you zone in on stopping that run game, oh, by the way, you have a quarterback that can put it on a dime anywhere he wants to on the field.
Oh, yes, he's that accurate.
Speaking of accurate, Miller will convert the point after, and it's 10-0 Collins on top of Anderson County. Collins Titans looking for their first district win here in 5A. They come into this game 8th in the RPI in 5A. Just to tell you how strong this district is, they're 8th overall in 5A when you look at rankings, but they're 3rd in their own district.
That shows you how competitive it is in their district. I mean, you're sitting there, you know, Collins, their first game, they're playing Scott County, you know, and then when they had to play Scott County, they didn't have Cade Gooden. So, you know, not to take anything from Scott County, but without Cade Gooden, you know, they were almost just at a deficit right there. Then the next game they had to play North Laurel, which I believe with Cade Gooden, it's a different ball game. And then last week on a Gooden coming in with about half a week's practice, they owned the first half, didn't own the second half. So you can see with Cade Gooden, a full week of practice thus far, what it looks like on the other side, being a defensive person, trying to guard Cade Gooden.
I imagine some of the focus as we go into now getting ready to start the second quarter will be, though, for Collins and Jerry Lucas, you got to finish it, because last week they were up 10 at halftime over Woodford County. So you can't be complacent here. Still a ton of game left.
Yes, got to go full 48 minutes. That was part of our keys to the game. They need to play a full 48 minutes. And is this going to the end zone? I bet it does.
It will. When he wants to put a leg into it, he can.
Yeah, he's definitely a weapon. He kicks the ball as far as he wants, or kicks it how he wants on the squib kick, so they get the ball. He's a dynamic weapon.
Now Anderson County will take over. David Buchanan, third-year head coach at Anderson County for the Bearcats, but he's been on the sidelines in high school football here in the Commonwealth of Kentucky for over 3 decades. He's seen a lot of high school games. He's won a lot of high school games, 238 wins and 4 different stops in his head coaching tenure.
He's got a well of a resume, well respected around the Commonwealth.
Shotgun formation for Cooper, who's back in now. They'll attempt one via the air, and it's caught along the far side. Tyler Slusher hauls it in for a short pickup of 5.
Nice play right there. Just kind of shows sweep action. Quarterback keeps it to the left. Shows sweep action to the right. Quarterback keeps it left. Finds his wide out right there. Does a little out. gets positive yardage right there.
And because of the big deficits that Anderson County has faced the last 2 weeks, they've been forced to throw the ball a little bit more than they like. Henry Cooper has only attempted 60 passes entering the game for the entire season. Half of them have been in the last 2 weeks.
Right, and there he goes right there. There's a man.
They'll go near the sticks, get up to about the 30-yard line, and that will be the final play of the first quarter.
Yes,
Hudson DeGarmo gets the 29 6-yard pickup.
Yeah, as you were saying about passing, you'd see that Cade Goodness went for that many attempts maybe in 2 games, almost 2.5 games, and this young man Henry Cooper has just done that, and that's his season. That's his season right there. But to no avail. They're building. They're building. They're trying to get better. And I know Dave. I know Coach David Buchanan is building. It's his 3rd year. Like I said, he's been around the Commonwealth. But in his 3rd year, they're still building. He's trying to find the bits and pieces, but he's just in such a daggone tough district. You can get better, and you can still finish 4th or 5th place.
On to the second quarter when we come back.
For over a decade, we've invested in the lives of our community.
And like most around here, we love our local sports.
We've always supported our student athletes in both the classroom and on the field.
And we're always glad to see them come back home.
At Anderson Apothecary, we're all about community, and we're proud to say it. Welcome home, girls. We sure are proud of you.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
God is
3rd
good.
and 1 for the Bearcats, and they will keep it up and get the first down. So Anderson County able to motor across there, and the ground game has worked so far for the Bearcats. They've been able to get some first downs so far. You got to like what their offense has been able to do.
Yeah, Henry Cooper right there, just kind of quarterback sneaks it, or right over the middle, and next thing you know, it's first down. He comes over, still sees a little bit of pain, but tough kid right there, just coming over to the coach, getting the play and getting on back.
And David Buchanan, when we talked pregame with him, really pleased with how Cooper, that he's only made 7 starts. This is start number 8. So each rep that he gets is going to be more valuable for him and this Anderson County team as they go forward.
Loving the progression.
Makes it easier when you can give it to Hudson DeGarmo, too. He tries to break the edge, and look at DeGarmo take off 0 to 60. He goes inside Collins territory down to the 49-yard line, a 17-yard pickup.
Hudson DeGarmo, Anderson County. This is their playoff game. October 17th, playoff game for Anderson County. If they don't win today, they're out of the playoffs. If Collins doesn't win today, they're out of the playoffs. It's a playoff game. It's a do or die. It's great out here. I love it. I love the atmosphere right there, and you can see the attitude that Coach Dave Buchanan has got his kids playing with. And we've got a player, I don't know if it's a cramp, it could be early for a cramp, so it looks like a little leg situation there with one of the defensive backs for Collins.
It was no way that they will check out here. We'll step aside as they attend to Noah Wade just in the early stages of quarter number 2.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Still attending to Noah Wade, the defensive back for the Titans. He's down right in around the 40-yard line for Collins. And Anderson County trying to get something going offensively. And so far, the ground game, which is their strength, has been the big cause. They could only rack up 104 yards of total offense in the game 2 weeks ago against Scott County. A lot of that because of the level of competition. Scott County right there in the mix with Woodford County for the top in this district. But to get the signs, and Hudson DeGarmo, a lot of credit to the offensive line too, but DeGarmo is seeing that hole, and he's attacking right through it real quick.
they're doing what they do best. They run the ball, and having a week off helps out, getting everybody healthy, getting everybody where they want to be. That's not where you want to get David Buchanan. Coming off a bye week, that's where he's at his best.
Give a veteran coach of over 30 years an extra week to prepare. They'll toss it to Eli McCann. McCann will sweep forward, go to the 47-yard line to pick up the 3 for Eli McCann. He's been able to get a couple of carries here tonight as he inches closer to 200 yards on the ground for the season.
Yeah, nice toss sweep right there, but that Collins Titans defense is just right there waiting for him right there.
Those multiple plurals get you.
Yeah, Collins Titans.
Well, David Buchanan calls Anderson County, calls his group a bunch of tough kids. They're resilient. These kids are resilient. Sometimes, as they said, the coaching staff is not as resilient, so it's good to have those kind of that balance each other out. Ooh. Here's a nice tackle in the backfield by Jaden Martin. He recovered a fumble earlier in the first quarter, and now he gets a big tackle for loss.
Martin just gets right across the line right there, just outflanks the blocker right there, just makes a nice tackle right there on the back. That's really good, solid defensive play right there. That's what they need to make it 3rd and long here for Anderson County, really putting them in a pickle because, as we talked about, they don't throw the ball that well. You look at their quarterback, he's thrown 60 attempts, for the year. Then you look at some of the other top quarterbacks, that have passed the ball, 208 times, 215 times, 190 times. Of that nature, so we'll see what happens here.
3rd and 14. Cooper flush from the pocket is going to run. He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage, lower the shoulder, and get an extra yard. Fight to the 45 of Collins. They get the 46. It'll be an 8-yard pickup for Cooper.
And I think Cooper, with more experience, will realize that that's a nice run, but when you're 3rd and forever in that, he picked up 8 yards, but it's still 4th and 6, 7 yards like that, something like that. So it's a nice pickup, but he didn't throw interception. That's a positive. Didn't throw an incomplete pass, but still find the receiver. Because I did see 2 people open right there. I think it's just youth. That's just youth. Right.
Do you think he went into that play knowing he had 2 plays to get the yardage?
No, that's another thing. That's another thing. The mindset of the coach.
4th and 5 now as we go under 9 minutes in the second quarter. Cooper rolls out to the left. Cooper's going to have to take this one. He cuts upfield and is lassoed.
Eric Estrada right there, leading tackler in 5A right there. Just puts his shoulder right into the young Henry Cooper right there, catches him right there. And Henry Cooper is on the ground. Let's hope he's okay.
It's been a rough night for Henry Cooper. A lot of hard hits to the quarterback of Anderson County. We'll step aside. 10-0 Titans. They lead Anderson County.
No one college can be all things to all people, but Bluegrass Community and Technical College is as close as it gets. We're affordable, like you've got a great chance to graduate with little to no debt. Affordable, flexible, with in-person, online, and hybrid programs. And you can easily transfer your credits to continue on to a 4-year university. So while we can't be everything to everyone, we can be a lot of things to you. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
10-0 Collins leading over Anderson County. 8:46 to play here in the second quarter. Right now, Anderson County quarterback Henry Cooper being attended to by medical staff as he is down at the 41-yard line after a big hit by Isaac Estrada, who's one of the top tacklers in 5A. He has over 100 tackles on the year. That was tackle number 110, had 13 a week ago in the loss to Woodford County. It was a hard hit and one that Cooper's had a couple of those tonight, and those start to take a toll on you when you're a young quarterback like that.
Yeah, young quarterback. And, when we talk about young quarterbacks, we're talking about kids that are 18 years old, the 18-year-old senior going up against the 15-year-old, possibly almost 16-year-old sophomore right there. So, and people don't understand that's an age difference. It's still, that year and a half is a huge difference, in some young men. And, for him to take hit after hit, and, Coach realizing, talking about how young he is right there, you could tell the hit that he took on the bootleg earlier and the hit right there, and then the hit on the play before that right there. Like I said, this is Game 7. He's probably not played it as deep or went as deep into a season like this, taking this many hits in football in his life.
And you have 2 additional years in the weight room. Those add
Yeah,
up. Yeah,
they add up. Yeah, it makes a huge difference out there. And some people go, oh man, he's only 10th grade. There's only so many. I don't know. Last week there's Dennis Johnson, who was Mr. Kentucky football that hit the Woodford. When he's a sophomore, that's a different thing. Or your Michael Bush, guys of that nature. When they're sophomores, that's a different thing. Most sophomores, the majority of sophomores, are that size of Henry Cooper. 5'10", 175-pound sophomore. Just getting. You've been in the weight room about a year or two, but you're still about a year and a half away from the full maturity of your body where it needs to be. And like Estrada being that senior, he's been around for 3-4 years. So
unable to put any weight on that left leg for Henry Cooper, and he'll be carried off the field over to the Anderson County sideline. Earlier in this game, saw Hudson DeGarmo take a couple of snaps under center, and then that's when Anderson County fumbled. So there may be an extended time of Hudson DeGarmo under center once again here for the Bearcats.
And if he becomes the quarterback right there, you may see him not hand the ball off and keep it himself because he's an extension of the running game, at the quarterback spot. So, with the bootleg and everything, and so we'll see what happens here. But it's going to be. They did not get the. I thought that was going to be 4th down. I guess. Okay, I guess they did not get the first down. It's 4th down, so it'll be Collins' ball.
Gooden will turn it over, and he'll air it out for deep. He's got his man Delaney, and Delaney goes inside the 20 as that duo has been superb here tonight. Down to the 19. Another big yardage real estate gain for Delaney.
Yeah, Delaney, they just go trips. They go no back, and it's trips to the left, and Delaney's in the middle. He just goes straight down the middle, and the safety doesn't pick him up, and quarterback, nice, easy pitch and catch.
Here's Gooden looking to add to a 10-0 lead. Gooden rolls out to his left, chased by Stratton. He'll throw back across his body, and he's got an open man inside the 10-yard line. Down at the 7, pass completion. That time it was McIntyre.
Yeah, Jason McIntyre right there catches the ball for him. Gooden throws against his body right there, but McIntyre finds the open spot. Gooden finds him, and it's going to be 1st and goal. Nice job there by the quarterback. Nice catch there also by McIntyre.
So they've gone to 3 or 4 different targets here. We'll see if it's Delaney or Hintz once again. Gooden sets up a screen. It is to Hintz. Hintz catches it and it'll be brought down. Good tackle there by Anderson County. It's DeGarmo along with a couple others. Clay Beasley. And also in there for Anderson County was Braden Caldwell.
Nice job there by Beasley and DeGarmo and Caldwell. They get Hintz before he can bubble back in right there. Then there's just no place for him to go.
2nd down and goal now for the Titans. Gooden has a man in the backfield to his right. That's Martin, the tailback. Now he'll scatter over to his left. 2 receivers each way. Delaney lined up in a slot. Gooden is going to keep this one, lower the shoulder, and Cade Gooden will breach the end zone for a touchdown. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the night, and Cade Gooden rushes this one in from 4 yards out.
And he has his trusty lead blocker there, Jaden Martin, who leads the way for him right there, just 4 yards in the end zone right there. And next thing you know, an easy touchdown, just runs it right over the top.
Well, you have to respect the pass, but you also have to know that Gooden is capable of running. It's such a difficult decision. How do you defend it?
Yeah, you don't. It's one of those things that Woodford County did not defend it last week. Collins just shot themselves in the foot with penalties.
Miller on to attempt the point after, and he is perfect. He is now 33 of 35 on the season in point afters, and it's 17-0 Titans leading the Bearcats.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
17-0 now, 4-yard touchdown run by Cade Gooden after Anderson County turned the ball over on downs. A big completion to Delaney, then another big reception by Jackson McIntyre, setting up the touchdown for Gooden, the second on the ground tonight for him.
Cade Gooden just doing what he does, you know, completing passes when they need them to McIntyre and others, and Avion Delaney, then running the ball inside the red zone, inside the 5. They're just doing what he does. He carries his team.
Last year against Anderson County, Gooden threw for 281 yards and rushed for 133 yards.
Yeah,
he may be on track for that again tonight.
Oh, I think he'll surpass that tonight.
2 backs deep for the Bearcats, one being Clay Smith and the other being Donovan Follis, wide receiver, a senior. See if Anderson County gets it to the end zone, but they will not even have a chance to return it.
There he is, Gage Miller, just putting it deep in the end zone. So, you know, it's either he's going to pooch it over here, and I don't think they'll do that anymore. Just let him keep kicking it deep, but kicks it over there to the right. I think Anderson County is now aware of that, so he won't be doing that again. But Gage just puts it in the end zone, 1st and 10 on the 20.
He's responsible for 5 of the 17 points tonight for the Titans, and Anderson County with, we presume, will be a new quarterback in, and it will be DeGarmo in. McCann, the featured back, 2 blocking backs in the old school formation. They'll give it to the fullback, and that is Wyatt Schaus, and the junior will truck forward for a couple.
Yeah, nice little fullback wedge there, right there. Schaus just lines up right behind the guard. Quarterback just turns and hands it to him. Estrada in there on the tackle, as well as several other, Martin and Clay England. A couple other gentlemen in there with their pink, showing the breast cancer awareness sleeves and shoes. But yes, they show different sets, but they kind of run the same thing. Fullback wedge, trap, fullback wedge, toss sweep, fullback wedge, and it's very effective. You just can't make many mistakes like they did earlier.
5-yard pickup for Schaus, his 7th carry of the year. They'll toss it to Eli McCann, needing a blocker, and he can't get it. Stonewalled down that time by Collins Clay England, the linebacker, lowering the boom.
Yeah, England lower than boom right there, and Estrada right there with him. So, you know, those 2 guys, they just make tackle after tackle after tackle. They're their top 2 tacklers right there. Clay England, Eric Estrada, and that's, you know, watching that, you see why. They're on the ball every time.
Anderson County was having so much success running the ball with DeGarmo. Now DeGarmo has to move over to quarterback, and it seems like that's just kind of taken the wind out of the sails for Anderson County in this ground game, just not been able to get going since that second injury to their quarterback in Cooper. Eli McCann trying to get going, and he will up to the 40-yard line for him.
And it's funny
just when we said it.
Yeah, just as you were saying that, I was saying, well, Eli McCann, and maybe I would have jinxed it because I was going to say he's not as elusive as DeGarmo, but then next thing you know, he breaks off a nice run right there. So maybe he is elusive. He's a sophomore, DeGarmo a junior. So, but yeah, the scheme works, you know. So you go fullback wedge right, and the other 2 backs go to the left. This time, the fullback goes right, and the quarterback opens up the same way, but then he reverses out and gives it to McCann. McCann just takes it up for a 1st down.
20-yard pickup for McCann that time, and may see a lot of him getting a lot of the touches here. 1st down and 10 for the Bearcats as we approach 5 minutes here in the second quarter. 1 receiver each way. Toss to Eli McCann, and he'll be wrapped up there. All kinds of black uniforms there to initially meet Eli McCann. First there for the Collins Titans was Trey England.
Yeah, number 29. He was the first one there playing defensive end. He made the initial stop right there, and then a host of other Collins Titans players getting right there. But McCann, he's the 2nd leading rusher on the team. You know, he came into the game at 185 yards and 1 touchdown, which, you know, it showed right there that he, when DeGarmo has to be quarterback, he is the featured tailback. Not much on that play, but the play before, you saw what he can do when he gets an opening.
Yeah, loss of a couple there. Bring up 2nd down and 14 now. Loss of 4 on that last one, and Anderson County will have to call a timeout because the play clock was running down. That's now a couple of times that they've been unable to have the communication right, and David Buchanan wants to talk things over as he's very unhappy with his team right now.
Yeah, tough for a new quarterback, even though he's an old quarterback, but a new quarterback. You're just bringing in other people and just trying to get everything right, and for the last few weeks, coaches felt like things have been going the right way with them. When you have Henry Cooper in there, then all of a sudden you have this knee-jerk reaction where, boom, and I've got DeGarmo back in here, and you got to put McCann back at running back. Then you've got to put somebody else over here at wide out, and you just, like I said, it just puts everything off by just a hair.
Tonight's broadcast would not be possible without the support of our corporate partners. Please let them know how much you appreciate their commitment to providing free-to-watch high school athletics programming on Glycod. Be 2nd down and 14 now. High snap. DeGarmo will keep it himself. He's going the wrong way. Chased by Martin. He will throw it, and it'll be incomplete. He had 2 receivers out there, McCann being one, Donovan Fallis the other, and just a couple of yards out in front, and it falls harmlessly to the turf.
Yeah, all kinds of things not going well there for Anderson County. First of all, you've got Jaden Martin, number 0, pressure on the quarterback really, really quick, and then you've got 2 receivers in the same area right there, which I'm sure that was not part of the deal. That's not how you want to run an offensive set where 2 guys are in the same area. But the pressure on the quarterback right from the start was just what blew that play up.
Anderson County will bring on Hudson Hatfield, running back to the field of play. He's lined up as a receiver now in the slot to the left. DeGarmo needing to pass here. He'll lob it out and intended for Fallis, and we get a flag late on the play.
Davion Dale never looked for the ball and just grabbed the receiver right there. So that's an easy pass interference call right there. Number 16 right there. You got Donovan Fallis, looking for. Now he's trying to get open, and Davion Dale just he didn't look for the ball. He just grabbed the receiver, didn't look for the ball. And that's just an easy call right there.
And DeGarmo had to throw it quickly because there was pressure on him, and the pass was not entirely accurate, so it would have been an incomplete pass. More substitutions now for Anderson County. They'll bring on Aiden Edwards as a new running back in. Anderson County's David Buchanan just trying to find the right pieces right now.
Wholesale substitutions there right there. Just bringing 4 in, 4 out right there, and probably a lot of new faces and new places.
Lester has returned to the offensive line after a brief first quarter injury. 1st down and 10 now for the Bearcats after the penalty. Hand off to Hatfield as Hatfield slants forward. Couple of yards down to the 41 for Hatfield, a 4-yard pickup.
Nice run there by Hatfield right there. You have your safety, Josh Cochran, coming all the way up, making a play number 10. It's just a nice little different change of pace right there. He kind of goes up in there and slides right. It's kind of thick in there for him right there, being 150 pounds, 5'6", but he gained a few yards there. But he's got some big linemen, supporting him around there, so it's power asset.
That was the 21st carry of the year for Hatfield. He's lined up there, back again. He'll get the tote once again and go inside the 40. He'll go all the way down to the 38-yard line. Another 4-yard pickup on 2nd down, brings up 3rd down and short.
Got some flags right here. Both referees, the side judge and the back judge, threw a flag, and I don't know if it's holding or maybe a face mask, or we'll see what's going on here.
Just noticed one of those flags is pink.
Oh, yes, going with the breast cancer awareness and the pink flags, pink shoes, pink wristbands.
No pink on you, though, tonight.
No, not tonight. I wore mine last week to support breast cancer awareness. I was rushing out of the house tonight. Unsportsmanlike.
Unsportsmanlike declined. Or offsetting. I'm sorry, I said decline, but it was offsetting penalties.
Yeah, that's more one of those things. Hey, don't do it again. You don't do it again. Let's go play ball, boys.
3rd down and 3 now for the Bearcats. DeGarmo under center. See if they run it here. They will not. DeGarmo throws it over the middle of the field, and it is incomplete. And a flag comes down after the play.
I rode him a little bit. That's judgmental. Joel Watson Rhodes right there. just kind of rolled his back a little bit. The receiver couldn't get to where he wanted to get to. Ball was uncatchable, but hey, you can't hold him while the ball's in the air. That is the rule. You can't put your hands on him like that while the ball's in the air. So that'll be a pass interference.
A little bit of a slight trip there.
Slight trip at the end, but he impeded him from going the direction he wanted to right before the ball got there. As the ball was in the air, getting to him. So that is going to be that's a penalty all day, pass interference.
One that Jari Hardy does not agree with. Going to be first down for the Bearcats, looking to score for the first time in 2.5 games, coming off back-to-back shutouts. Toss to McCann and met in the backfield. He almost took the exchange, and here's a late flag, and this could be against Collins.
Well, who do you call that on? Because they say they always catch the second guy, and both of those guys kind of pushed each other together. I don't know if you're going to call that on Martin or if you're going to call it on the Anderson County player, but prior to that, personal foul, offsetting both teams. So, but yeah, that's play ball, boys. But the defense, gosh, Lee, they were in there so quick. They almost beat the ball back to the running back right there.
Yeah, Martin coming in, the 4th leading tackler on the year for Collins.
Yeah, they were just in so quick right there. You know, it's almost if you have to go toe to toe to seal. Everyone has to step down and seal those gaps right there, because the Collins players are finding gaps to get through before the ball is even handed off or pitched back to the running back.
You know, that defensive line, especially on that left side, getting great penetration right now for the Collins Titans. We'll see what Anderson County does to try to resurrect that.
From this side, it looks like they're
More
overloaded.
flags.
Looks like they're overloaded on that left side, or would be Anderson County's right side. And it's going to be legal motion on the receiver, number 16 out there. Receiver moved out there, and so since he moved, it's going to be 5 yards, and that is just a big no-no. Any coach is just going to go crazy on that, because, like, as a wideout, you have nothing but one job to do, and that is just watch the ball. Get out there, watch the ball, don't move. You know, interior lineman may be a little different. You know, you got to hear. You may hear the quarterback. Listen for the old. I don't know, what is that? The old Peyton Manning, Holly Berry. But
Omaha.
Yeah, Omaha. But out wide, you just got to look in and watch the ball.
Toss to Eli McCann and met with a brick wall and then driven backwards. Not much breathing room for McCann. Sands that one run.
Yeah, Estrada right there. That was 11 on 11 right there. McCann's trying to get the ball. Estrada just hits the gap right there, feels the seam, and wraps him up right there. It's going to be 3rd and a long 18.
Anderson County has to get all the way down to the 18-yard line.
And it was a nice drive.
Or the 14-yard line.
A very nice drive right there. Then you had a penalty, then another penalty. So, back-to-back penalties are just not very helpful for them right now.
Timeout to Anderson County. They'll have 1 remaining. Collins has 2 left at their disposal. With 2:07 left, it is 3rd down and 18. Do you dare have 2 plays called here to try to get something going before we go to halftime?
It's so tough to call on that, because Coach knows what he has. He knows them better than I do.
They don't have the same type of kicking leg as Gage Miller.
They don't have a Gage Miller. Their passing game has been very fortunate for the pass interference. Is that what you do? Do you play for the pass interference? I mean, I don't know how you call that. You know, I mean, DeGarmo was such a weapon when he was back at tailback. Now at quarterback, it's a little different. But they did have a nice counter play there with Eli McCann, on the left side earlier. So
Bearcats will have 4 receivers, 2 each way. DeGarmo, empty backfield behind him. 3rd and 18. DeGarmo takes off, tries to cut upfield, and it'll be wrapped up at the 25-yard line, and Collins will call their second timeout.
Nice play right there, but DeGarmo was a little impatient on that one. If he kind of waits just a half a second more, and lets that lineman get out there and block number 22, Clay England, he can cut up inside and gain probably another 10 more yards. But he was just a little impatient on that. Just kind of runs up and just doesn't wait on his lineman right there, and he outruns his blocking. You know, if he waits on him, he could probably get some yards, a few more yards.
7-yard pickup and a nice tackle in open space by Clay England. So now Jerry Lucas is thinking, I want to get the ball back with some amount of time left to try to add to this lead more.
Yes, it's 4th down and 11 right here. If he can hold right here, you know, he's used 2 of his timeouts. If they can hold right here, that he can put his weapons back on the field right there, and we'll see right here. But they are
They're
going
going to
for the
attempt a
goal.
field goal, yeah.
And they've got a very, very nice field goal kicker, Nathan Johnson. Nathan Johnson, he's 2 or 3 on field goals this year.
So be a 40-yard kick.
It's a 40-yarder for Nathan Johnson. They're going to use their final timeout. It's opportunity for points. You just want to make sure everything's the way it needs to be. Your first points in 3 weeks, possibly.
Yeah, you shut out 2 weeks ago against Scott County, then shut out against South Oldham 3 weeks ago. That game was at home.
And you saw they have the potential. Their very first drive, they drove it straight down the field. They just had a fumble, you know, and with Henry Cooper in there and DeGarmo in the back, they are a very potent team. And when DeGarmo's the quarterback there, you know, all eyes on him. It makes them very much not the most potent team they are when he's a tailback.
Nick Aldridge to hold. 40-yarder for Johnson, and it's blocked. It was blocked by Collins, and the field goal will be no good.
And more so saying blocked, I don't think it was blocked. I think he just line drive that into a Collins player. I don't think a Collins player actually got a hand up. He just hit somebody on a line
just a
drive.
rocket.
Yeah, and he's very quick on that. He's ran right forward on it and just kicked it. Now there may have been a hand up, but he just really was so low. There's no trajectory on that. It's gonna be hard pressed to even make it to the goalpost on that.
And from 40 yards out at that angle, he was trying to get the distance because of that, not have it go as high where you may not have the distance. So because of the long yardage that he had to, he kind of wanted to take the line drive approach, and it just kind of backfired on him. So now Collins with under 2 minutes, plenty of time for Gooden. Gooden shedding tacklers. Can he stay on his feet? No. Ooh. He is wrapped up for a huge loss by Anderson County. Grayson Alsabrook finishes him off. Eli McCann in there as well.
Yes, and Nick Aldridge as well, too.
Yep.
And it's just great pressure right there. And that's what they want right there. They make it second and forever right there. And Coach holds on to his last time out. They're going to see what they got here. Got an empty set again. And I see a player open right now. He's open right now. I don't know if they'll go to him. It's a play they used earlier. It looks like he is open right now.
Loss of 13.
They're
right going over, and it's Delaney, and it's dropped just out in front of him just a little bit, and just could not haul it in. Avion Delaney.
He was open from the time they snapped the ball. They just have the safety over to the left, and they have someone guarding the other two. Delaney was open. He caught that earlier. As I was saying, he was open from the moment they were about ready to snap the ball. He's got to catch that ball.
It is 3rd down now and a long way. They got to get out to the 30-yard line for a first down. It's 3rd and 23.
Yeah, that won't happen again.
Anderson County's out of timeout, so they may run it here to try to use some clock. We'll see what they do. Good, and in the end zone. Now chased out by Alsabrook. They'll throw. Pass complete to Hintz. Hintz will try to get some yardage, and he'll be brought down at the 15 with 1:05 remaining.
Collins very fortunate there's no holding or anything in that end zone right there, because the quarterback's scrambling around. When quarterbacks scramble around, a lot of times linemen may be hooked up with the defensive lineman. Offensive lineman may be hooked up with defensive line. Next thing you know, the quarterback changes his route, and next thing you know, you end up getting called for a hold where 1 minute you're in control of the situation, but they're just letting this clock run down. I don't know if they're going to call a timeout.
They've got one timeout left, so they're going to probably run it down to 1 and then call a timeout and then punt it away.
Yeah, they're letting this clock just run down, and I guess, like I said, they're going to wait as much time as they can. 5, 4, 3, 2, now. There you go. Call it right there.
1:05 when that last play wrapped up, and now down to 22 seconds. Collins will punt it away. And Anderson County out of timeouts, not typically known as a passing unit. So we'll see what they do here depending on this punt.
Well, if they don't lose any yards and can possibly throw one out of bounds, they can have a much better opportunity to kick a field goal here. You know, it's not a 40-yarder. This would be like maybe a 30-yarder or maybe a 32-yarder, you know, but it's, you know, that 40-yarder was it's a big ask. It was a big ask for them, but we'll see what happens here. Like I said, I thought they may go for it, but they're going to punt this, and you know, I don't know if I'm saying that in retrospect, thinking that maybe Anderson can block a kick or something. Maybe they can do something here I'm trying to put this good fortune on them, so maybe they can get something good here and keep the ball down here. You know, a Gage Miller punt is probably going to put it on the other side of the 50. And if they can get a good return, but like I said, they have no timeouts, so.
Well, it's star on star right now. Miller on to punt, DeGarmo on for the return. He's been in all kinds of roles possible tonight. Running back, quarterback, now as a punt returner. He stands at the 50-yard line. Miller at his own 1. Ball at the 15. Miller will boot it away. Spiraling kick. Fair catch made by DeGarmo at the 46-yard line.
Very nice kick. Very nice catch.
31-yard punt by Miller.
High punt, too, right there. So his kicking team can get down there to cover, and they do a good job, and Garmo has to fair catch it.
And it took seconds off the clock.
It took time off the clock. There was that 22 seconds. Now they're down to 16. And this is just a place that Anderson County is not very comfortable at. And most teams, you know, with 16 seconds, you know, most teams are just going to put 7 to 8 guys back there deep and just try to knock the ball down or possibly intercept it here.
Anderson County only averages 56 yards per game passing. Is this a spot where you try to get trickery?
Why not? DeGarmo bootleg.
Just something unconventional. We'll see. DeGarmo will go the short route, complete to Alzabrook, and he will be brought down at the 40. Anderson County out of timeouts, so that will be the final play of the first half of play.
Get that one, yeah.
It's 17-0. Collins leading over Anderson County. The Titans looking for their first district win here in 2025 and secure their spot in the postseason. They are off to a good start. 17-0 leaders over Anderson County. When Joey and I return, we will have the halftime report for you right here on Glycott.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you.
For over a decade, we've invested in the lives of our community.
And like most around here, we love our local sports.
We've always supported our student athletes in both the classroom and on the field.
And we're always glad to see them come back home.
At Anderson Apothecary, we're all about community, and we're proud to say it. Welcome home, girls. We sure are proud of you.
Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam.
For your home and your range. Bad boy. Power, performance, attitude.
For over 25 years, Century Bank has been serving Lawrenceburg by being uniquely local, a locally friendly and locally decisive financial institution. They're staffed by banking professionals who know and understand your financial needs. Visit their office in downtown Lawrenceburg with drive-through open Saturday mornings. Bank online at centurybankky.com or download the Century Bank app. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Man of War Harley-Davidson, your 100% Kentucky-owned and operated Harley-Davidson motorcycle dealership at 2073 Bryant Road in Lexington.
Back here at Collins High School, it's 17-0. Collins over Anderson County. It is senior night here on the Martha Lane Collins High School campus. Football team honored earlier. Now other members of the Collins cheer squad, dance squad, all those being honored right now at halftime. 17-0. The Titans lead the Bearcats, and it feels like it's a much bigger advantage for Collins, but Anderson County, what they've got to realize right now is they're one play or two plays away from being right back in this game.
They've done some really fine things on offense, but then they've shot themselves in the foot. Fumble, turnover, penalty right there. Loss of, injury.
Yeah.
Injury, not gaining, loss of downs there. So they're right. It's like they're just on the crust of getting there, and then they just can't get it, though. It's like they're just right there, and they just can't get back into it. But there's opportunity right there for them.
I mean, Collins has kind of taken some of those. Of course, a lot of the big plays from their quarterback, Cade Gooden, as expected, doing it through the air and on the ground as well.
Cade Gooden finding receivers deep. He's bailing them out. He's finding receivers deep. They're getting down the field. As they're getting down the field, the first drive, they put points up. Next drive, they don't. They lose it on downs, and very nice drive there by the Anderson County Bearcats, and then but a fumble. So then Collins, it's like it never happened. Collins takes it right back down, puts points on the board, and like I said, between the 20s, Anderson has been moving the football. Between the 20s, it's just when they get in the red zone, there's turnovers or penalties or something of that nature where they're just, like I said, they're shooting themselves right in the foot.
You don't want to know what some of the best things about being later in the season is or are? You get to scoreboard watch. Get to scoreboard watch when you have all these games around the district and all around the region that carry so much weight. This is a very competitive district, so we're keeping an eye on Woodford County. We're keeping an eye on Scott County, South Oldham. They're off this week. And this game here, obviously, as you take a look at some scores from around the region, brought to you by Don Franklin Auto, driven by family. Douglas leading Bryant Station right now, 27-10. Scott County and Woodford County, 1-point game at the half, 29-28. Woodford leading Scott County at halftime.
What a game.
In the only two unbeatens in the district. Scott County trying to go to 4-0. Woodford County, if they can win and hang on, they would be 3-0 and be in a prime position to take down that district championship. Also some scores from around the area. Ballard leading South Oldham 6-0, and Ryle is ahead of Great Crossing 21-7 right now in the second quarter.
Is Ballard playing South Oldham or Oldham?
I think it's Oldham County because South Oldham is off this week.
That's right. I believe that's right, but I just want to double check that.
Yeah.
And you're back to your original when you said the best thing about this. I thought you were going to say maybe the hot chocolate or the hamburgers.
Well, that's pretty good too. Yeah.
when it gets cold like that, the hamburgers are really good.
They're pretty
hamburgers
good.
Or pork chop sandwiches, wherever you go to. But when it gets cold like this, it's the hot chocolate, the pork chop sandwiches, the hamburgers, hot dogs. That's some of the best things too, besides the scoreboard watching.
And we start high school football shedding layers and drinking all kinds of water.
Right, correct.
And you end it with hot chocolate and adding on the layers. It's one of the great things about this great game that we all love. Well, here it's a lot to love for the Collins Titans. They lead at 17-0 over Anderson County. When we come back, we'll give you some first half stats in this one from Collins High School.
For over a decade, we've invested in the lives of our community.
And like most around here, we love our local sports.
We've always supported our student athletes in both the classroom and on the field.
And we're always glad to see them come back home.
At Anderson Apothecary, we're all about community, and we're proud to say it. Welcome home, girls. We sure are proud of you.
This is Woody with Simpsonville Automotive. Hope you're enjoying the game. We're leaders in customer care because we're always on. Free air out front, 24/7. Our gift to the town, it's always on. 6 loaner cars ready for pickup or delivery anytime. After hours, use our drop box or secure pickup boxes anytime. My team gets it done. Simpsonville Automotive, we are leaders in customer care.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
For over 25 years, Century Bank has been serving Lawrenceburg by being uniquely local. A locally friendly and locally decisive financial institution. They're staffed by banking professionals who know and understand your financial needs. Visit their office in downtown Lawrenceburg with drive-through open Saturday mornings. Bank online at centurybankky.com or download the Century Bank app. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Back here at halftime at Collins High School alongside Joey Hamilton. I'm Wes Chandler. That's combining our names.
Joey Chandler.
Two is better than one, right?
There you go.
Joey Hamilton and Wes Chandler. Try it again, Wes. Take a look at the first half stats here from Collins High School. And 17-0, Collins leading Anderson County. You got the numbers.
Well, it says 17-0, but if you were going by first downs, it's 11 first downs and 9 first downs, Anderson County. You go by rushing yards, it's 27 carries, 150 yards for Anderson, 11 carries, 44 yards for Collins. That's look at that. Then you go with the total yards, it's 169 there for Anderson, and you're just looking at it, it's like, man, and you would think the score may be like 7-6 or something like that, not 17-0, but in retrospect, when you get the ball down low as Collins has, they just put the ball right in the end zone. You look at some of the individual rushing stats there. You got Hudson DeGarmo just leading. He's leading all carriers there. He's got 8 carries, 58 yards. He's averaging seven yards a clip. He's leading all carriers right there. Like I said, that's part of that big 150-yard rushing deal. But they just cannot get the ball across the goal line. They just, Jaden Martin leading rusher there for Collins right there. He's made some tough yards, got it down to the 1, to the 2. Cade Gooden did the rest. And then as far as passing, we said Henry Cooper had 60 attempts throughout in the year.
Yeah, all year.
He's had 3 attempts this game, and then DeGarmo came in. He's had 1 attempt. So you look at that. That's 3 attempts or 4 attempts total. Then you look at Cade Gooden. He's had 13 attempts by himself. Just passing the ball. So and receiving wise, you got Jason Hentz. 4 catches, 50 yards, and then of course A.V. Delaney, 3 for 104. Then Jackson McIntyre, he's even got a ball for 13 yards. So it's about getting the ball across the goal line there. The stats may look that, and of course on defense, DeGarmo does it all. DeGarmo leading them in tackles. He has 6 tackles. He's probably going to get some popcorn for you and I here later. Who knows what he's going to do. And then you got Eric Estrada just doing what Eric Estrada does. He and Clay England leading the Collins Titans in tackles. Estrada has 6 tackles. England has 5, and that's what they do week after week after week.
And it's been a good recipe for Collins. They try for win number 6 on the year. We'll see if Anderson County can get anything going here in the second half when Joey and I return. We will have the start of the second half coming your way next on Glycod.
No one college can be all things to all people, but Bluegrass Community and Technical College is as close as it gets. We're affordable, like you've got a great chance to graduate with little to no debt affordable. Flexible, with in-person, online, and hybrid programs. And you can easily transfer your credits to continue on to a 4-year university. So while we can't be everything to everyone, we can be a lot of things to you. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
For your home and your range, Bad Boy Mowers will tame any terrain with advanced engineering and American-made steel.
Home on the range.
Bad Boy, mow with an attitude.
Are you looking for a realtor to help you buy or sell your property? Then look no further than John Reynolds with Exit Realty Crutcher. John has helped hundreds achieve their goals through buying and selling real estate. Whether you're buying your first home, upgrading to a larger home, or downsizing as an empty nester, John will work with you to help you get where you want to go. For a realtor that has supported the community for over 20 years and who has creative ideas, consistent communication, and dependable results, call John Reynolds with Exit Realty Crutcher at 502-598-8378.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Need a tow? Martin's Peterbilt Towing Service is here 24/7. Based in London and Pikeville, we will travel to you. Commercial trucks and trailers, no job too big. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling. You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
As we get closer to starting the second half, let's take a look at the first half scoring summary presented by Carpenter's Local 1650. Build your winning career today. Visit carpenters.com for more information. Less than 2 minutes in, Collins got the scoring started to a 29-yard field goal by Gage Miller. It looked like Collins would initially bump it in for a touchdown, but Anderson County's defense stiffened up, held them to a 29-yard field goal there with 10 minutes and 21 seconds to cap an 8-play, 35-yard drive for Collins. It was 3-0 Titans. Later on in the first quarter, with 28 seconds to play in quarter number one, Cade Gooden would run it in from 1 yard out. That was his 40th rushing touchdown of his career. Made it 10-0 after Miller's extra point was good. A 4-play, 80-yard drive in totality for Collins. Then Caden Gooden would not be denied a second time into the end zone. With 7:15 to play in the second quarter, he ran it in this time from 4 yards out. Miller's extra point made it 17-0. Collins, 4 plays, 59 yards on that drive for the Titans, and it's 17-0. Anderson County trying to come back from a Collins lead at halftime. 41 rushing touchdowns now in the career of Cade Gooden. He needs one more to tie the all-time Collins record for rushing in a career. What a career it's been. He hopes to add more to it here as we'll step aside and we will bring you the second half on Glycod after this.
No one college can be all things to all people, but Bluegrass Community and Technical College is as close as it gets. We're affordable, like you've got a great chance to graduate with little to no debt affordable. Flexible, with in-person, online, and hybrid programs. And you can easily transfer your credits to continue on to a 4-year university. So while we can't be everything to everyone, we can be a lot of things to you. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
For your home and your range, Bad Boy Mowers will tame any terrain with advanced engineering and American-made steel.
Home on the range.
Bad Boy, mow with an attitude.
Are you looking for a realtor to help you buy or sell your property? Then look no further than John Reynolds with Exit Realty Crutcher. John has helped hundreds achieve their goals through buying and selling real estate. Whether you're buying your first home, upgrading to a larger home, or downsizing as an empty nester, John will work with you to help you get where you want to go. For a realtor that has supported the community for over 20 years and who has creative ideas, consistent communication, and dependable results, call John Reynolds with Exit Realty Crutcher at 502-598-8378.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Need a tow? Martin's Peterbilt Towing Service is here 24/7. Based in London and Pikeville, we will travel to you. Commercial trucks and trailers, no job too big. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football on Glycod.
Joey Hamilton, Wes Chandler back with you from Martha Lane Collins High School in Shelbyville, Kentucky. It's high school football in Central Kentucky on Glycod. We appreciate you watching us here, wherever you are. We appreciate it, and it should be a really fun second half as Collins and Anderson County have emerged from their locker room areas, and it will be Anderson County to get the ball to start the third quarter here in just a few moments, but I imagine that they won't get a return.
Well, it depends on where they kick it. If they go with the squib kick, there's a possibility they may get it. If they go with a straightforward deep kick, they will not get it. So, but one of those things I noticed on the kickoff return, they do not have Hudson DeGarmo back there. They do not. DeGarmo is he's not back on that. You know, he's he's 13th in rushing in 5A. He's 36 in tackles. He's 15th in scoring in 5A. He pretty much does it all, but this is just one of the things they do not have him back there doing.
Clay Smith and Donovan Follis, the two back deep returners, saw DeGarmo on a punt return, but not a kickoff return.
Yes.
Miller takes a powerful swing into it, and this will go all the way in and go a yard deep in the end zone, and it will be a touchback.
And it looks like DeGarmo will be coming back out at quarterback again.
If you're just joining us, Henry Cooper, the normal quarterback for Anderson County, their normal starter, injured in the first half on a big hit from Isaac Estrada. He's down for a couple of minutes and did not see him the rest of the half, and it will remain with Hudson DeGarmo at quarterback. They will have one receiver, that's Donovan Follis, to the near side. Three backs behind DeGarmo. And a flag to start the third quarter. Frustration for David Buchanan. That's not how you want to draw it up.
First play, illegal motion right there. You come straight out of the huddle, straight off the sidelines after you get the ball at the 20, and now you go 1st and 10. Now it's 1st and 15, back at your own 15-yard line. So just not it's one of those things you kind of, as I go, like, man, it's I feel coach's pain. That's the pain of a coach right there. You're like, man, that's just not the way you want to start it right there.
Yeah, frustration for sure. Now you back behind the sticks. Keaton Bauer, Jaden Hicks, Clay Stratton, along with Kyle Johnson and Logan Rayleigh, the offensive line for Anderson County. Eli McCann getting that carry.
He stopped right there by Jaden Martin and Isaac Estrada right there. And it looks as, there's a hole there, but he goes inside and the two defensive players come there. He may want to go with the blocking and go outside wide there and take his chances on that. And, if he just, the defense does a good job, but he still cuts up inside and there's still no one there for him. And there's just two tacklers there.
Anderson County entering this game on a 2-game losing streak where they've been shut out, trying to get something going on the board, and more flags fly.
That should be offsides on the defense, isn't it? He snapped the ball. No one else moved but the defender, but it looked like the defense
goes the other way. It's on Anderson County.
It's on Anderson County. Well, it's one of those things where that's just first eye glance right there. It probably is on Anderson County, but it just looked like the defense moved. Oh, yeah, he flinched.
Center.
They flinched. Yeah, he flinched. Can't flinch.
Kyle Johnson guilty of that infraction. And Anderson County back behind the sticks now. It's 2nd down and 20. It's not a team that likes to play from behind the sticks. Nobody does, but especially with the style of play of Anderson County. DeGarmo will try to air it out, throws a rainbow pass underthrown, and a flag flies on another pass interference called on Collins.
Yeah, that's going to be a Davion Dale right there. He just never looks back for the football. As Follis running down the field, Dale's doing a good job running with him, but as Follis looks back for the ball, Dale just doesn't look back for him. He just kind of face guards him and has his hands on him, so it's going to be a 15-yard penalty. And that's been their best offense in some cases here, the 15-yard penalty. They've had 2 really nice drives with the 15-yard penalty on pass interference calls.
6-foot senior Davion Dale. They call him Davy.
Yeah.
Davy Dale.
Yeah, Davy Dale. He's got offers from Eastern Kentucky and Toledo at defensive back. So he's very capable right there. Just needs to turn and look for the ball.
2nd down and 4 now for the Bearcats. Fumble. They bobbled the exchange. DeGarmo trying to fight back on it. Him and 2 Collins players wrestling for it. DeGarmo got back on it. He showed some strength to take that away. And again, the exchange between DeGarmo and McCann not where it needs to be.
That's just a thing of just not practicing enough together. It's one of those things. It's not want to. It's not can't do it. It's just not practicing enough with it. And when you don't practice a lot at it, sometimes it's not as smooth as you'd like it to be.
And DeGarmo is usually on the other end of those carries.
Yes,
he's the one getting the carries from getting the ball from Henry Cooper.
And you can see that the back just doesn't have his hands, doesn't have that left arm up, right arm down.
Now 3rd down for Anderson County. They need to convert this. Throw out to the screen, caught by Follis, and he will motor forward to the 25, still short of the 1st down. A 6-yard pickup.
And you know who's
Donovan
out there.
Follis.
You know who's out there. Isaac Estrada. Isaac Estrada, just inside linebacker, gets out there in the quick screen and makes a play. He's all over the field right there.
7th tackle already for Isaac Estrada. He had 6 at halftime, and now Anderson County will bring on their punter in Grayson Alzabrook. Big, strong body kid that David Buchanan raves about. He serves as the punter. 4th down and 4. Anderson County looks like they will halt their opening drive. It's a high snap. Alzabrook's going to take it. A gamble by Anderson County, and they will not get it.
Just short. Nice hit right there. Very nice hit there by Estrada right there. And big number 53, that's going to be Wyatt Butler. Just nice job. Nice job by both of them right there just to stop that.
A gamble paid off, unable to pay off. Alzabrook almost about a yard shy of getting that 1st down, and now Collins.
And I'm sorry, that's Nate Bruce right there. Nate Bruce, not number 63. But nice stop by both of them right there, 1 yard short.
Collins with great opportunity here to add to their lead here as we're about 3 minutes into this 3rd quarter.
And not a bad call there by Coach. He was right there. You just have Estrada just making play after play after play, but they were right there, just inches away.
For Collins, it'll be Delaney in the backfield. They'll fake the handoff to him. Cade Gooden able to get back on it as the 30-yard line. His 3rd quarter been the quarter of bad exchanges so far.
Yeah, Jaden Martin, he had his hands cuffed underneath. He didn't, as we continue to say, he didn't have the little box, the little hands up. He had his hands, both hands underneath and tried to cuff it and just lost it.
2nd down now for the Titans. Cade Gooden engineering the offense with 4 receivers, 3 to the near side. They'll go to the lone receiver on the left of Gooden. It is caught by Jason Hintz, and he'll go to the 25-yard line, a 4-yard, make it a 5-yard pickup for Hintz as he's reeled in a couple of catches tonight.
Yeah, Hintz with a nice play right there, just catches it, but he turns back into the defense where there's like 7 guys. If he turns out the other way, there's 1 guy, and they always say you want to go where they're not, so cuts back inside and gets about 4 yards. If he bounced outside, he might have gained about 8 to 10.
So now 3rd down and 6 for the Titans. Gooden looking right. Now pressure coming from him, and Gooden will be brought down. Cade Gooden.
No, he stays on his feet.
How did he get rid of that? I thought he was down.
As you saw right there,
Wow.
Braxton Mackey just holding on, trying to pull him down, and the brute strength right there of Cade Gooden. Cade just wields him off, and he's at his feet. Maxie's at his feet, but he still just gets the pass off and makes it fourth and manageable here, because that would have been a lot of yards lost if he on that sack, but keeps it fourth and manageable here for the Collins Titans.
Should have been a loss of big yardage. Now fourth down
Blitz.
for the Titans. Throw over the middle, complete. That is Logan Holzman.
Mr. Reliable right there, Logan Holzman. Right there, Holzman is Johnny on the spot. Again, I always call him Mr. Reliable. Anytime he needs him, he just seems to find him all the time in a crucial spot, and he does on this fourth down, and Huseman gets the first down.
Fourth different Collins receiver to receive a pass tonight. 12-yard pickup for the Titans. That is the 14th reception of the year for Logan Holzman.
Just goes over the middle and just finds the open area.
Fresh set of downs for Collins. Gooden fakes. Now rolls out to his right, looking to the end zone. He'll tuck it and run, get inside the 5 and be right at the pylon, and Gooden will go down at the 1-yard line.
Nice job there by the quarterback. Actually, better defense of coverage for the back 7 there for the Anderson County Bearcats right there. Just not helping Gooden find a receiver. Gooden just looking. Can't find anyone. Great coverage back there, so he rolls right, just tries to outrun the defense and gets stopped at the 1.
Gooden all alone in the backfield this time. It may not leave his hands. He's already had one 1-yard rushing touchdown tonight. This time he'll throw, complete, touchdown, Avion Delaney. And Collins adds to their lead. It's 23-0.
Delaney just a little out route right there. He's on the inside, just goes up, gets across the plane. As he gets across the goal line, he just does a little out, and Gooden finds him right there.
Touchdown number 8 of the year for Avion Delaney.
Nice pitch and catch right there, and Gage Miller here to add on more points.
.651 remaining in the third quarter. It was a low snap, handled, and the point after is good. That was a great job of getting that snap down by Carter James. And it's 24-0. Collins looking for the win over Anderson County. We'll be back after this.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Collins leading 24-0 now. They started with a 29-yard field goal by Gage Miller, then a couple of rushing touchdowns by their quarterback, Cade Gooden, and this time the first passing touchdown of the night by Cade Gooden as he finds his top target in Avion Delaney from 1 yard out. Makes it 24-0. Collins looking to shut out Anderson County for a third straight game.
Yeah, Delaney averaging over 80 yards per game on catches, but he hasn't the second half, that's his first one, but he had over 100 yards in the first half, so he's well above his average.
4 for 103 coming in to this third quarter for Delaney.
So it looks like he'll be kicking again from the 40, and he'll probably put this in the end zone, I would say.
Pretty safe bet.
Yeah. I'm thinking, they're gonna try to kick it short, or they're gonna kick it all the way back.
So this is where I would have fun. If I had that leg, I would be okay. I'm going to put it in the I in Titans. I'm going to put it in the N in Titans. Just pick my spots. And he hits the A. right in the middle.
That's right. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Last week, watching him kick, he's hitting the L, then he hit the I. He's kicking that way, and the Collins hit the L, hit the I. Then next thing he hits one over the O, and then he hit one almost to the back of the end zone. So I was like, wow.
At least play Scrabble out of it or something. And make some words.
Yeah, do a little something with it. Change it up and have a little fun with it. So big play here for the Anderson County Bearcats here. Big opportunity here for them to try to just get some yardage and and get across midfield and work on their offense. And
DeGarmo under center. They will hand it off to Hatfield as he sputters forward for about a 2-yard pickup.
And you can see Hatfield open up that bread basket right there. I was watching the handoff right there. He just opened up the bread basket, and quarterback just puts it in there. Nice little handoff, nice little something right there. But to no avail, the defense of the Titans they're right there. There's nothing available there for Anderson County.
Hatfield will check out now as they'll come back in with Eli McCann. Coleman Boggs was also in on that last play as a blocking back. 2nd down and 8 now for the Bearcats. DeGarmo will give it to McCann and upended there. Once again in the backfield, getting a nice tackle there.
Trey England, number 29, just in there quick. Gosh, he was in there super quick.
England, the 2nd leading tackler on the year.
Well, that's his brother right there. That was Trey England. That wasn't Clay. That was Trey England. That was the other England. He's I think he's 4th or 5th, but he's up there 5th. With them, and he's in there quick that time himself. So I was like, wow. And he plays defensive end.
It's Cullen's team entering this game with 38 tackles for loss on the season and 10 sacks.
Wow, they're just
talk about getting into the backfield.
Yeah, they get there quick, super quick.
DeGarmo will fake and now have to run, try to stiff arm and be driven out of bounds. Nice open field tackle that time by Joel Watson Rhodes.
Yeah, Watson Rhodes almost missed it right there because the bootleg, if he carries that bootleg out a little firmer right there, I don't think Watson Rhodes would even know when he had the football. And, Watson Rhodes it was almost like, look what I found right there. If he carries out that fake just a little more, then he probably has Watson Rhodes in there looking inside, and he might be able to run right by him. But nice job there by Watson Rhodes, and here we go. They're punting deep in their own territory.
Alzabrook once again. They faked it earlier. This time Alzabrook will boot it away. End over end kick will bounce at the 48-yard line and take a massive Anderson County roll, about a 17-yard extra roll for the Bearcats, and they will certainly take it. A great punt with the roll by Alzabrook.
Yeah, Josh Cochran's got to make a decision on that. As any punt returner or anyone coaching punt returners, or if you return punts, that you've got to field that ball. If it's short, you've got to field that ball, and you've got to fair catch it. And if you don't, you see what the result was. The ball rolls an extra 15 yards there, and deep in the playoffs and of tight games like that, that makes a huge difference. Just get up there and fair catch it. Just make that decision early. Try to get there and fair catch it, and get that. That's 15 yards you just lost there.
So Cade Gooden will take back over, up 24-0, and we have a
offsides.
Stop in play.
Offsides on the defense. You've got to find the football, guys. You've got to look and see. Just look right down the line there, and that's just another tough play right there by Anderson County right there. Plays like that. They talk about coachable and things of that nature. You just have to talk to your guys. Say, guys, just look, just look.
And I imagine that there's been a high volume of penalties. That can be something that David Buchanan is not entirely pleased with here tonight as we go under 5 minutes to play in the third. Gooden out of a shotgun. We'll hand it off. This time they're running toward us. It is a handoff to the Titans, and it was handoff that time to Caleb Askew, running back, 5'10", junior, getting the carry.
Yeah, Askew had some carries there earlier in the season, and didn't carry the ball much last week, and I think that may be a 2nd or 3rd carry here tonight, but a lot of times you see Martin getting the ball right there, so I guess they're going to use a variety of backs here.
Askew with 7 yards on that pickup, had 30 rushing attempts on the season.
Yeah, he had one attempt earlier here. So
this time they'll go through the air. It's caught by Delaney. His big game continues. It's a burst of speed for Avion Delaney, and he has his 2nd receiving touchdown of the night from 59 yards out, and Collins putting a whooping on Anderson County right now.
Woo-wee. He has a lot of speed right there. Delaney caught that, and it was just not very many people. I don't know very many people are going to catch him on that play right there. That's one of those yak plays, as they call them, yards after catch. which helps out a quarterback big time right there, because that was really about a 10, 12-yard pass. But for him to run 59 yards, that's just a nice run.
Gage Miller has been busy on the pass completion to Avion Delaney. Now he's got to be flirting with nearly 200 yards receiving now. Line drive kick, and the point after is good. 31-0 Collins, 4:02 remaining in the third quarter. Joey and I will be back right here on Glycod.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path, because when you talk, they hear you.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Well, the biggest play of the game as far as true yardage concerned just happening moments ago. A 59-yard touchdown pass from Cade Gooden to Avion Delaney. Gooden has 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns now, and Delaney has been having a career night.
So, yes, Delaney had a 59-yarder in the first half, but it was not a touchdown. Now he's got a 59-yarder for a touchdown. So, that's 2 60-yarders basically right there. So, that's without everything else, he's put into effect, and he's having just a whale of a night here. And of course, without saying, let's just say it's a touchback.
Yeah, you don't even have to say it. You can see it.
It's a touchback. Mr. Miller.
If you own a business and would like to find out more about corporate partnerships on Glycod and our free-to-watch high school athletics platform, please drop us a note at info@glycod.com. info@glycod.com. Anderson County's Hudson DeGarmo will hand it off to Wyatt Schaus, and he'll get his second carry of the night. The 5'10 junior with good running room on first down for Anderson County.
That's a nice trap play right there. That's a quick trap right there. Guard just pulls real quick, traps right there. Center turns out right there. That's a nice play right there. That was quick right there, just unexpected. That's a good play right there. Nice.
10-yard pickup and a first down for Schaus.
Big quick trap right there. Just big play right there. That's positive.
Anderson County has been stuck on this end of the field here, especially in the second half. They had that fake punt where they were unable to get it, so they try to move the ball here.
DeGarmo doing an admirable job at quarterback here, just doing a really good job, and it looks like it's going to be a delay of game again. So let's see when they get started with this clock here, and when DeGarmo gets back to the huddle.
Well, after every play, DeGarmo runs over to the sideline, gets his play call.
Okay, there you go. There's the clock right there at 3:16. Got 2 players coming. DeGarmo coming in. Got his big fullback, number 40. Got Grayson Alsbrook coming in.
So another penalty for Anderson County. Backs them up behind the sticks. First down and 15. DeGarmo rolls out. Good protection there by his offensive line. Has time, finds Alsbrook. Alsbrook at the 35. Up he goes to the 39-yard line. A nice pickup, the longest completion via the air tonight for Anderson County.
Yeah, that was just a nice little bootleg right there, and just kind of rolls out to the right. Instead of running, he just stays patient, waits for Alsbrook to get open, finds the seam right there. Alsbrook playing tight end, and completes it, 9-yard gain. That's a nice looking play right there. Really good looking play there by Anderson County.
Bring up second down and 1 now.
Yeah, had the whole defense full right there. They've been running, and just showed a little lead tailback action right there, and everybody went inside, and quarterback was out there for bootleg by itself.
See if they go on the ground here on second down and 1. Jumbo formation.
DeGarmo
fumble. Lost the football. And Anderson County able to get back on it. One of those offensive linemen able to pounce on it.
Yeah, that's one of those plays that didn't look like if he was sure the fullback was going to get it, or did the fullback just hit it? Because it looked like he was going back to the tailback, but the fullback, then it also looked like he planned on giving it to the fullback, and the fullback just because the fullback turned back like, oh, was it coming to me?
He has a design carry for Braden Caldwell, and it didn't work out that way. They lose a yard. Now it's 3rd down and 2. Anderson County will go up tempo here. DeGarmo under center will hand it off. This time it's Hatfield, and Hatfield has enough for the first down.
Yeah, Hatfield, nice first down right there. Anderson County very fortunate right there. They didn't call 5 people in the backfield right there, but they get that wide out up on the line.
They've used a lot of different backs tonight. You've seen Hatfield get a couple of carries. Schaus has been in there. Of course, DeGarmo before the Cooper injury. McCann has got some carries, yeah.
You got a
lot in the first
a lot
half.
Of players. Yeah, you got a lot of players. They're very versatile right there, just doing different things. The thing is, they just can't get down early.
First down and 10 now. Anderson County trying to get inside Collins territory, trying to get some points on the board. DeGarmo back to pass. Rainbow's a pass. He's got Follis. He's complete. And DeGarmo able to reel in big yardage there to his receiver. Donovan Follis, the 6-foot senior, makes a big reception.
Yeah, and I was looking at that play, and I was like, wow, they got all 11 in the box. They're all in there together. And that's what I guess they want, that toe-to-toe action with the lineman. Just a little play action right there sends Follis down deep over the middle. Nice throw, nice catch. Follis catches it. Davion Dale with the stop. But very nice offensive play.
38-yard pickup for Donovan Follis. They will go to the ground this time and hand it off to Wyatt Schaus. He brings you that power back look for Anderson.
Yeah, Schaus, 5'10", 205 right there. Just hands off to him right there. And that was, I think that was almost like the little trap play they tried earlier right there, but tried it real quick right there. But this time, Collins was waiting on it.
12 minutes remaining. We'll go to the fourth quarter. 31-0 Collins over Anderson County.
For over a decade, we've invested in the lives of our community.
And like most around here, we love our local sports.
We've always supported our student athletes in both the classroom and on the field.
And we're always glad to see them come back home.
At Anderson Apothecary, we're all about community, and we're proud to say it. Welcome home, girls. We sure are proud of you.
For over 25 years, Century Bank has been serving Lawrenceburg by being uniquely local, a locally friendly and locally decisive financial institution. They're staffed by banking professionals who know and understand your financial needs. Visit their office in downtown Lawrenceburg with drive-through open Saturday mornings. Bank online at centurybankky.com or download the Century Bank app. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on.
Dating back to 2013, this is the 8th meeting between Collins and Anderson County. Titans lead the series 5-2. Anderson County looking to get points on the board. It's a toss fake. DeGarmo will keep on 2nd down and 10. Get a couple. Make it 3rd down and about long 7, maybe 8.
Yeah, it's a nice little play right there where DeGarmo just trying to show a little, give the ball to someone else and take it himself there. Just not much going on right there. So big 3rd down play right here. They're inside the red zone. Haven't been there too many times, but here's a big opportunity for Anderson County Bearcats.
You would feel like a touchdown would just put so much weight off the shoulders of Anderson County, who has not scored in the last 2 games.
It's such a relief. That would be huge.
DeGarmo rolls out, looking for a receiver, lobs it up, and it's incomplete, underthrown just a little bit. He was looking back for Follis, and it's 4th down.
Well, that's your thought. I thought he was throwing to Alsbrook right there because he threw it over Alsbrook. I said, well, it's a little bit over Alsbrook about that
Take
much.
your pick.
But then it was a little bit under for Follis. So I'm like, you say Follis, I say Alsbrook, but it was just right there. I thought that was pretty funny. I said, I thought he was throwing Alsbrook.
Yeah, take your pick. Maybe just throw it in the middle, see who comes up with it.
Yeah. But it had Alsbrook open early. Also had Follis open early. Just kind of held onto it a little a little long there, but that just shows right there that he does not play quarterback as much, and just like I said, just a little bit of inconsistency, but he's doing a well of a job tonight.
Timeout, Anderson County. David Buchanan, third-year head coach at Anderson County, calls the timeout here on 4th down. Imagine they will try to go for it here just to try to get some points on the board. And
most definitely.
If you're just joining us, the starting quarterback for the Bearcats, Henry Cooper, 5'10 sophomore, exited in the first half with an injury, has not returned since then. So the Bearcats have kind of had to put some different pieces in different spots than they are accustomed to this year, and they'll just try to head some momentum before they take on Woodford County next week.
Yeah, just doing a little makeshift deal. If you ever, I don't know, what should I say, try to rebuild an engine and find a piece here, find a piece there. It's like it's not the original, but try to slap it on there and then try to screw in a wrench here, a bolt here, and try to put a little something on there. And that's what they're doing. They're doing what they can do. And they, like I said, had a nice drive, got inside the red zone here. So big 4th down right here.
Anderson County lost 42-28 last year to Collins. DeGarmo to the end zone, and it's picked off. It is intercepted by Davion Dale. Davion Dale up to the 40-yard line and slung down as he picks off Hudson DeGarmo. Flag flies at the end of the play on the interception by Collins.
Yeah, Braden Caldwell on the tackle there. He gave his receiver a chance, threw it up in the air, gave him a chance right there. He just couldn't get back to it. Davion Dale gets it. And I had this conversation talk last week. I thought in high school football, if you caught it in the end zone, you weren't allowed to run it back out. But I guess you can run it back out.
Run it out.
You can
Evidence
run it out.
tonight.
Yeah, like I always say, if they don't call it, it didn't happen. So, but no, I just wasn't for sure on that, and that's something but that's a personal foul, or is that a holding?
Personal foul on Collins.
Yeah.
So that'll back up the return a little bit.
Return a little bit there.
And DeGarmo, there was massive pressure coming from his front side, and he just kind of had to throw it up, and it was basically a jump ball, and Dale able to win that battle.
Yeah, well, the key thing about that I liked about it is he gave us a receiver chance. He gave him a chance. So if you give him a chance, he may throw an interception, but he gave him a chance. Just get it up there. One of the things that when I watch football and the quarterback has a chance to let it go, but he doesn't let it go, I said, well, you'll never know.
Right.
Just even if it's a pick, hey, that happens, but give them a chance. You'll never know if you don't give them a chance.
Okay, Gooden back out with 31-0 lead. Collins has won each of the last 4 in this series, and they've scored 41 or more in all 4 games that they played.
Yeah.
Played in 2016, played in 2020, and then the last 2 years, 23 and 24.
Yeah, they've got the offense there. Nice bootleg.
Good
right there.
fakes. Lobs a pass complete to Delaney. He is having himself a monster game. He hauls in another reception.
Pretty bootleg right there. Just kind of shows toss sweep right, turns back out this way. You got an over route by Delaney, who just kind of comes from the right side all the way over to the left side there. Just hits him right in the sweet spot. First down, move the chains.
7 receptions for 99 yards last week, and he's going to double that here this week.
Gooden looks just very, very, very comfortable back there.
They will go on a delayed handoff to Martin, Jaden Martin, the 6-foot senior, getting another carry. He'll go up past the 40 to the 42.
Yeah, a little sprint draw action right there. Kind of fake it to the right there. Martin kind of takes 2 steps to the right, then comes back to the left. Takes the ball there, gets some positive yards. Martin, one of those ball carriers, he didn't even have over 100 yards coming into the game, and I'm sure he's over that now for the season.
26 carries for 57 yards on the season. Had a lot more here tonight. Gooden throws over the middle, complete, just on a target.
Woo.
That is Jackson McIntyre on the other end of it. His second catch of the night, and there's just a lot of open space for Cade Gooden to throw, and he doesn't need much space.
Doesn't need much space, but that ball was just on a line. What a rope right there. This receiver just goes out, just comes in, does a little hook little button hook there, a little hook finds the open area right there, and Gooden just boom, like boom. Nice throw.
Gooden on another fresh set of downs. They pressure come from the Bearcats. Screen pass complete to Hintz. Hintz along the sideline. He'll go out of bounds right around the 30-yard line.
Nice little bubble screen right there. Fake one way, come back the other way. Nice tackle there. Good sportsmanship there by number 24, Bryson Stucker, the junior. Nice little sportsmanship there. Hintz's momentum carried out, and he just kind of helped him over there right there, but not until after Hintz gets the first down.
12-yard pickup for Hintz. On a lot of teams, he would be option number 1.
Yes.
They will go to Martin. Martin able to get near the red zone inside the 25 down to the 24. 4-yard pickup for Martin.
And that's considered a pass play right there.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people don't understand that right there. So Martin throws on his receiver cap right there and gets some yardage.
Had 281 passing yards last year in the win over Anderson County. Gooden going to be right there again. He's looking to add to it. Man open, touchdown on the slant. And it is another touchdown. Logan Holzman, 5'10" senior, hauling in that one from 24 yards out.
Yeah, nice throw right there. Just a little post pattern right there. Just right on the spot. Just right in stride. Love to be a receiver with that kind of quarterback.
Give Cade Gooden now 3 passing touchdowns on the night, 16 on the year, compared to only 1 interception.
Yeah, that's a great ratio right there. You know, just
over 300 yards for Cade Gooden, 322, and there's still 8 minutes and 45 seconds left to play. It's been the Cade Gooden Show here tonight in Shelbyville. It's 38-0 Titans. We'll step aside here on Glycod.
No one college can be all things to all people, but Bluegrass Community and Technical College is as close as it gets. We're affordable, like you've got a great chance to graduate with little to no debt. Affordable, flexible, with in-person, online, and hybrid programs. And you can easily transfer your credits to continue on to a 4-year university. So while we can't be everything to everyone, we can be a lot of things to you. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
Cade Gooden showing you why he is receiving offers from EKU, Marshall, Bowling Green, Southern Miss, just to name a few. He has over 300 yards passing. Logan Holzman hauling in that last reception, 24-yard touchdown. 38-0 Collins, and we'll have a running clock for the final 8:45 of this game.
Yeah, Holzman gets his second touchdown of the year, and he's averaging over 20 yards a catch.
Pretty efficient.
Yeah, you're a receiver. You just love it. Just the only thing is, I'm like, maybe we have too many receivers. You got to be be one of those Jamal Brown type receivers. I want the ball. I want the ball a little more. But he spreads the ball around. These young men, they catch the ball. It's just awesome. You get guys averaging 82 yards a game, 66 yards a game, over 20 yards a game. How efficient is that?
It's exactly what you want. Jerry Lucas, the head coach, got to be pleased with how his team has performed, especially here in this second half. It was 17-0 at halftime with a bunch of points here in this third and now early part of the fourth quarter. Jerry Lucas, the only football coach in Collins school history.
Yeah, he's got to be proud of the performance tonight. Then wants to go into South Oldham next week. They still have one more game, so
it'll be Anderson County giving the ball to Hudson Hatfield. 5'6" freshman has got some valuable reps here tonight. Hatfield with 20 carries coming into the game, but he's got 5 or 6 carries tonight.
Yeah, Hatfield getting a learning experience tonight, playing a little varsity ball there, getting some crumbs there. Coach feed him, and doing a nice job out there too. But as I was saying, the Titans, they play South Oldham next week. That'll be I think that'll be their last game there, and that's going to be a district game right there. So you have an opportunity to maybe move a little forward, with come off a performance like tonight.
That bye week in there, done intentionally by Collins. Here's a short pickup there on the ground. They go back to Hatfield once again. But that bye week strategically placed into the schedule for Jerry Lucas. He told me in a conversation earlier this week that he's talked to some different people around college or around high school football. Says they believe that having that off week going into the playoffs really benefits them huge. And he wants to try it out this year. And if they can get this win, it would pretty much all but secure their spot in the postseason.
It is huge.
And then you'd have that bye week.
Been on both sides of that spectrum where we've had an early bye week and had a late bye week. And that late bye week, just helps out so much. You get everybody healthy, get everybody on board with the same thing. Nice pass. Got him.
DeGarmo throws complete to Coleman Boggs. 5'8" sophomore hauls in that one. That is the first catch of the year for Coleman Boggs.
Nice little under route right there. Just coming across the field. DeGarmo finds him right there. But no, that open date, it is just huge. A lot of times you have the open date third, fourth week, and you're still relatively fresh,
Yeah.
And then when you get to week 6, 7, 8, you're kind of beat up a little bit, and nothing comes better than a week off where you can get healthy like that. Now, some guys don't like it because they feel they have momentum, but I always feel like you can have momentum, but I like to be healthy.
Right.
Healthy going in. It's a 5-week run that you got to get just to get to the state championship.
They will take on a South Oldham team that is off this week, so they'll have 2 weeks to prepare for that game. Hudson Hatfield wrapped up in the backfield. Initial hit that time, monster by
Trey
Collins.
Trey England right there again. First one there. Then after he kind of bounced off England, the rest of the guys just come on. It's like Trey's like, all right, guys, I got him right there. Boom. The next thing you know, here comes Strada. Here comes Martin. Yeah, they're all just a host of Collins Titans right there, just making play after play after play.
Be second down and about 13 now for the Bearcats.
Looking at a little bootleg action here, probably try to get that tight end to come across.
Paulus goes in motion. They'll fake the handoff. DeGarmo with time to throw. Now it breaks down, and he'll have to throw it complete to Alzabrook. He was battling the sideline. It actually works as a loss, though, because Alzabrook caught it.
Yeah, and quick pressure on the quarterback, but Follis had 4 guys on him right there. He came across as he went in motion. He tried to go down the middle, and there were 4 defenders on him, so that's why the quarterback had no place to throw it. Then he tried to throw it his outlet man, and with all that pressure on him, he just had to just get off what he could. It almost would have been better if he had thrown it incomplete.
That's when reactions and instincts just kick in.
Yeah, that's one of those things. Yeah, just throws it. Hey, I'm a player. Players make plays, and Alzabrook shows he's a player. Just makes the catch right there, but to no avail to lose a yard or 2.
Third down and long for the Bearcats. Maybe their last offensive drive of the game with a running clock. They'll hand it off to Hatfield, and Hatfield's able to get a couple of those yards back. It'll be 4th down and about 9 now after the 4-yard pickup.
Yeah, Hatfield, a nice move there. Tried give him a little shimmy right there, but Nash Walker, a freshman, he also is a kicker, just made a nice play right there. Nash doing a little double duty right here.
As a freshman, you're into the game, you make a tackle.
Yeah, senior night.
It's a great night.
Gotta love it.
One that he remembers. You always remember your first.
Yes, you do.
We approach 3 minutes remaining in the game. Collins going to get their 6th win of the year, and more importantly, their first district win. DeGarmo, pressure coming, has to throw it up, and it's tipped and incomplete. 2 Bearcats receivers right there in the area, Hatfield and Alzabrook, and it is broken up, and it is a turnover on downs, and Collins will take over and looking to run out these final 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
It looked like Hatfield had a chance at it right there. And look at his own player knocked the ball away from him right there. I think Hatfield goes up right there. Then Alzabrook kind of tips it away from him. I think Hatfield might have made that catch. But, when you're just throwing up, it's 4th down. And like I said, players try to make plays. You see an opportunity to try to catch that ball. You just go for it and tips off there. And Collins has the ball right now. So I don't know if Cade Gooden is coming back in now or if they're going to take him out here and give him a break here.
Javon Hunter.
He's got the momentum swinging, got the momentum going with him right now. So Gooden coming back out.
Hunter was the guy that got the reps when Gooden was sidelined for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, Javon Hunter did a really good job for him too. Did a really good job. They didn't win, but they did a good job. But coach is going to do the right thing here. He's going to go with the victory formation, kind of just, and that's very admirable. You know, that's a very class act right there. And just do what you got to do, get your victory, and move on.
Collins will get that victory, move to 6-3 on the year, get their first district win of the season as well, and still got some games to be played, but by all intents and purposes, it would clinch their spot in the postseason with that win. And you're able to now focus on what's past the regular season. You're in a very tough district. And
well, can I play devil's advocate?
Go for it. I'm all about a good debate.
Here we go. Next week, Anderson County has Woodford County. If they can beat Woodford County, and then
the shockwaves.
And then if Collins were to lose against South Odom, who would get the play? Who would get the spot? That's what I know. Who would get Who would get that spot?
Would it go to a tiebreaker and then go to head-to-head result?
I guess it would go to head-to-head.
So Collins would have it.
It would go to head-to-head. I think that's a three-way tie. But I was thinking, hey, you know, what if?
What if?
What if? You know, what if?
Always the famous last words.
Yeah, what if? You know, but that would you know, but.
Well, that will be the final play of the game as they take a kneel down, and that will be the end of the ball game. Collins able to record the victory. They don't get 40 points. They've had that 3 times this season, but they get 38 in a huge game for Cade Gooden and Avion Delaney, one of the best tandems in the entire state of Kentucky. Delaney leading 5A in receiving yards and in touchdown receptions, and then Cade Gooden, he looks like he's fully back healthy, and that's a massive, massive weapon for Collins as they close out the regular season next week and on into the postseason.
Yeah, you look at Cade Gooden's stats, you know, and going in the year, and you look at guys like that and says, oh, Gooden's averaging 12.4 points a game. I said, is this basketball? I mean, you know, when a guy averages that, but, you know.
Throwing a couple rebounds.
Yeah, put a couple rebounds. But, you know, a guy like that throwing touchdowns like that, you know, and then running the ball in, you know, doing that, you know, rushing, you know, he was up there. He's like top 15 in rushing. Then you got to go passing, you know, he's top 5 in passing. So this guy just does it all, man. Just does a really good job of it all. Just does a really good job of it all.
All right, 38-0 is your final score. Joey and I will return. We will bring you post-game coverage of Central Kentucky football and the high school ranks here in the state of Kentucky. And you're watching it right here on Glycon.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
Stuck on the road? Call Martin's Peterbilt Mobile Service. Our 24/7 commercial roadside service, truck and trailer repair, and warranty service will have you back on the road in no time. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
Leaves and other dirt and grime are no match against the experts at Sunshine Pools, your BioGuard dealer. Weekly service, computerized water testing, or just need advice. Our reputation has made us the company of choice for all your pool needs. Visit us today for a full line of BioGuard swimming pool products. Sunshine Pools.
Hey, who turned out the lights? Hello?
Drive with the confidence and security of a pre-owned Kia from Cartown Kia. This incredible certification package is loaded with a 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, 10 years of national roadside assistance, and 2 years of free maintenance. Choose from over 70 certified pre-owned Kias or over 1,000 vehicles of all makes and models. It's new car driving at used cars prices with certified pre-owned Kias from CartownKiaUSA.com.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Cartown Kia, your dealership for unmatched design, performance, and savings at 3120 Lexington Road in Nicholasville. Visit them online at CartownKiaUSA.com.
This one has gone final. It's Collins getting their 6th win of the season, moving to 6-3 here in 2025 as they take down Anderson County 38-0. It's the 3rd straight game where Anderson County has been shut out. Before we talk Collins, let's talk Anderson County now. It's got to be such a demoralizing stretch for Anderson County. You're in a very, very tough district, trying to get going, just unable to put points on the board, and you look week in and week out, it's like playing the SEC. I mean, there's nowhere you can go to find a break.
You're building your first drive. You're taking it down. You take it down to the 10-yard line, and your quarterback gets hit, and his wrist is hurt. Then next play, your leading running back, who's been making play after play for you to get down there, hands the ball off, fumble.
Yeah.
And then you come back, you get the ball again. You go downfield. Then you on downs, because you don't have the passing game. And then you come back again, and then you're 3 and out. Then you fake a punt, miss it by a yard, and but to their credit, they're still fighting. They're still fighting, and you can see it that they're fighting. But I've been on a team like that, where it just boils down to you just play. You don't worry about that. If you love football, you like playing football, you want to be out there, you just play. Yeah, we may not be winning, we may not be scoring, but we're doing our job. It's a team game. You're out there fighting for your brother. You're out there trying to make a block for this guy. You out there trying to make that big hit because you like football. You're just doing what you're supposed to do. And yes, it's not happening, but it's football. It's part of it. But this game is like life. Everything's not going to always go your way, but it's what you do in it. And you can see there's going to be a lot of positive individuals. Be a lot of positive individuals on this Anderson County football team for life. These guys are going to keep moving, keep going, and they're going to be good people. They're going to be people that don't quit. And you see it out there in the football field.
Everybody's role changed dramatically when Cooper got hurt, so it's hard to overcome that. For Collins, they're a team that led by a lot of upperclassmen. They get the win on senior night. Good way to go out for the regular season. Taking a look at some scores from around the region, and if you was watching this game, the score you care the most probably about is that Scott County-Woodford game. That's the top of the district. Man, they're putting up the points on the board right now. It's just 57-43, 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Woodford County is on top of Scott County. That would put Woodford County at 3-0. Scott would get their first defeat in district play if that score holds.
Yeah, with a score like that, you're thinking, did he just come down and shoot a 3 from the corner?
Right.
That is a lot of points. That's a lot of points, but that is a lot of talent on both teams. A lot of offensive and defensive talent too. But when you've got the quarterback that they have, he can just throw it. He's got a strong arm for Woodford, and he's got weapons all around. And just the battle. It's at Woodford County. I think if it's at Scott County, Scott County probably be ahead.
Right.
It's probably the home team is probably gonna get in right there.
There you see some more scores from around the region as well. Presented by Don Franklin Auto, driven by family. Time now will bring you a scoring summary brought to you by IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. 10:21 to play in the first quarter. Collins got on the board with a 29-yard field goal by Gage Miller. He'd be busy tonight kicking field goals and extra points. 8-play, 35 yards for the Collins Titans to open up the scoring ledger tonight with that field goal for Gage Miller. That was field goal number 4 for him on the season. Collins would also go with a touchdown in the first quarter as well with 28 seconds remaining. They'd get their first touchdown of the night. It was a 1-yard touchdown run by Cade Gooden. Miller's extra point was good. 4 plays, 80 yards in length, and it was 10-0 Collins. Cade Gooden was not done with 7:15 to play in the second quarter. He would rush another one in from 4 yards out. Miller's extra point made it 17-0 after a 4-play, 59-yard drive for the Titans. That made it 17-0, and that was career rushing touchdown number 41 for Cade Gooden. He needs one more to tie his brother for the all-time record here in Collins High School history in rushing touchdowns with 42. We would go to half with 17-0 lead for Collins. The Titans would score again with 6:51 to play in the third quarter on a 1-yard touchdown pass from Cade Gooden to Avion Delaney. We'll tell you about his monster night here in just a little bit. 6 plays, 29 yards, and Miller's extra point made it 24-0. We would go to the latter part of the third quarter. Collins leading it 31-0 this time after a 59-yard touchdown pass from Gooden to Avion Delaney. And it would be a short 2-play, 66-yard drive, and Miller's extra point made it 31-0. We would have one more score in the fourth quarter, this one coming at 8:45, and it would be the final score for the Collins Titans. This one from 24 yards out via the air from Cade Gooden to Logan Holzman. Extra point was good by Miller as well. 6 plays, 57 yards in length, and it was 38-0, and that is the final score in tonight's game. Big night for Avion Delaney. Is he worthy of Joey's most outstanding player? We'll come back and find out when we return on Glycon.
Can one college be all things to all people? Bluegrass Community and Technical College can. Learn more at bluegrass.kctcs.edu.
For over 25 years, Century Bank has been serving Lawrenceburg by being uniquely local, a locally friendly and locally decisive financial institution. They're staffed by banking professionals who know and understand your financial needs. Visit their office in downtown Lawrenceburg with drive-through open Saturday mornings. Bank online at centurybankky.com or download the Century Bank app. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi folks, Mike Kennedy for HKC Roofing. HKC installs the most effective gutter guard on the market at half the cost of the national brands. We guarantee it. Call today for an additional 20% off.
This is Woody with Simpsonville Automotive. Hope you're enjoying the game. We're leaders in customer care because we're always on. Free air out front 24/7. Our gift to the town. It's always on. 6 loaner cars ready for pickup or delivery anytime. After hours, use our drop box or secure pickup boxes anytime. My team gets it done. Simpsonville Automotive. We are leaders in customer care.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
For over a decade, we've invested in the lives of our community.
And like most around here, we love our local sports.
We've always supported our student athletes in both the classroom and on the field.
And we're always glad to see them come back home.
At Anderson Apothecary, we're all about community, and we're proud to say it. Welcome home, girls. We sure are proud of you.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School football on Glycod.
This is Central Kentucky football here on Glycod. Alongside Joey Hamilton, I'm Wes Chandler. Tonight's final score, 38-0 Collins over Anderson County. And for your most outstanding players, Joey, we begin with the Bearcats. Hudson DeGarmo had to do a little bit of everything.
DeGarmo, running back. DeGarmo, quarterback. DeGarmo, punt
Tackler.
returner. Yeah, tackler,
Yeah.
punt returner.
Yeah.
DeGarmo running back and forth to get the play from the coach. DeGarmo, you know, he did it all. You know, he's done it all year for him, and he'll, you know, players like that are very rare, and he's a junior. You're going to have him for another year, so you know your culture is going to be awesome for at least this year and next year, and you hope you got several following his lead. They're going to come back that way, but it's all DeGarmo. It's all about him.
Because of the injury to Cooper, Anderson County moving DeGarmo to quarterback only held to 24 rushing yards in the second half.
Huge, because they had over 150 in the first half.
At halftime.
Yeah.
And on the other side for Collins, we teased it. Are you going to Delaney or is it good?
It's got to be Delaney. It's got to be Delaney. Last week I did the game, and Cade Gooden didn't practice for a month. And he came in balled out. I mean, he led his team to a 24-14 halftime lead. Now, you could tell just a little bit that he hadn't practiced, you know, so gave him benefit of the doubt, but he put passes where, you know, put in receivers' hands they dropped last week. So Cade Gooden last week, but this week it is, they call him Avy.
Avy Delaney.
Avy. Not Avion Delaney. Avy. Avy, number 17. 6 catches, $184. 2 touchdowns, just your basic run-of-the-mill night on senior night. That's how you do it. A nice job there, but a nice job there by the whole Titan team. Actually, you know, great job by both teams. You know, in the situations that they're in. You know, if you're looking at, you know, or listening to me when I say, "Oh, great job by Anderson," they're like, "Ah, they got to be 38-0." I'm like, no, these kids, they're putting a tough task. You know, like you said, guys playing positions that they don't normally play. You know, kids out there fighting. You know, just you know, it's what it's about. They're out there fighting, and coaches out there working every day. So great job by them. Of course, Coach Lucas, his boys, they come in senior night. You know, just come and do what you do on senior night. That's what you're supposed to do on senior night. You know, come in, you win your game, and they put themselves in a prime position to possibly move up in the playoffs next week against South Oldham in a really, really good game. But you got to win this one first, so you take the games 1 week at a time. So you got this one, you go home, you enjoy it, and then you get ready for next Friday night. They play, they have a bye, then they play South Oldham, and then and you'll see what happens here.
Yep. Also a big game for Cade Gooden. He finishes 17 of 23 for 322 yards, 3 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns as well. And stat that really sticks out to me too is Collins put up 38 points in only 15 minutes and 2 seconds on the field in time of possession. Anderson County doubled up.
Yeah, doubled in depth.
In time of possession, and Collins was efficient. There were a lot of those scoring drives that we just gave you. 2 plays, 3 plays, quick strike offense.
I think it was 4-4-6-6-2.
Yeah,
I mean we won't go with the first 8-play drive that they got a field goal, but it's 4-4-6-2-6. You know, right there, and then you got like I said, you got Eric Estrada, you got Clay England, you got Martin, you got Trey England. Those guys, they gave up 24 rushing yards in the second half, you know, after a 150-yard first half. So, you know, they came to play too. They showed what they had right there. So just great job.
Well, Jerry Lucas said that playoffs for Collins started this week, and they're 1-0, and they're on to the next round.
Yes, they
When
are.
we come back, we will take a look at next week's schedule, and that'll be coming up when we return. One final timeout for us here in Central Kentucky.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Listen up. In a world overwhelmed by noise, we live life on simpler terms. Our terms. No agendas, no drama. Our road, our rules. Let's ride.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
We're here to hear what's on your mind. Take this time to talk and get it right. You know I'll be there all your life. When you need me, I'll be by your side.
Little everyday conversations about the dangers of underage drinking can make a big difference in a child's life. Talk, they hear you.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Cartown Kia in Nicholasville, movement that inspires, and by Carpenter's Local 1650. Build your winning career today.
Before we sign off, let's take a look at next week's schedule, brought to you by New Vista. They see the good ahead. Anderson County will also be featured next week as they take on Woodford County in this same district. I'll have the Shelby County Western Hills game here a week from today. And Joey, you're off next week, I think.
I think I might be. That's kind of rare to
got a bye week.
I don't know how to act with that. I was looking forward to a couple games, or I had a couple games I thought I should be doing, but that's okay. I mean, hey, you know, it'd be a week I'll be watching football someplace else. So
there you go.
I'll be out scouting.
Just different venue.
Yeah, I'll be scouting. I'll be scouting. Speaking of that Shelby County game, I think Shelby County won tonight, didn't they? They looks like Shelby County was on fire tonight. But go ahead. I don't want to interrupt you on that one. I was just looking through scores myself.
They'll take on Western Hills next Friday. We'll have that game for you on Glycod. Well, that's going to do it for our coverage here tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. Want to thank our entire team, producer Kevin Maldonado, camera operation by Sailor Sizemore, our spotter in the booth, Meredith Chandler, and for my partner, Joey Hamilton, my name is Wes Chandler, saying so long. Collins defeats Anderson County 38-0. Thanks for watching High School Sports on Glycod.
From Glycod, this has been Central Kentucky High School Football. Tonight's game was brought to you by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. College for your world. Man of War Harley-Davidson. 100% Kentucky owned and operated. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. New Vista. We see the good ahead. Martin's Peterbilt. Keeping you rolling. Elite Building Products in Nicholasville, where you'll find top quality products for your home. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job. Suntime Pools and Spas, good people to know if you have a pool. And by Fast Signs.
Visit glycod.com and follow us on social media for information about upcoming broadcasts and other high school